It's a wet, rainy day here in Severance Field, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Governor Mifflin on the road to take on Harrisburg Cougars here on ABC 27. Today's game is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. I'm Todd McCall, along with Jerome Presley. Governor Mifflin 11-1, Harrisburg unblemished at 11-0. Two very powerful teams, averaging over 40 points a game. Governor Mifflin coming in today, they're going to have to run the ball as well with the wet conditions. They have a running back that's very special, 4 touchdowns last week.
Right. And you're talking about Isaac Ruas. He had a good game last week, 225 yards, as you said, 4 touchdowns. And you're talking about a 6'1", 200-pounder running the ball downhill. In these conditions, the worst thing you want to do is tackle a big guy like that. There are 2 things that are affected. Number 1 is ball security. Some guys are going to wear gloves, some guys aren't. It's cold. The ball security is going to be very important. The other part is tackling. When you're tackling these big guys running downhill, it hurts. So you got to get these guys into a mindset to get ready. On the other side, we have Harrisburg. They have a big back as well in Micah Parsons at 6'3", 240 pounds. He has basically terrorized every team that he has played in every facet of the game. And I'll tell you what, he's chomping at the bit today in this big game against Governor Mifflin.
Well, if you're Harrisburg coming in, they've been able to do whatever they've wanted, really, to many teams. Cumberland Valley really physically abused them, beat a great McDevitt team. These teams still playing in the playoffs.
Yes.
Governor Mifflin, people say maybe you haven't seen this type of talent in the Harrisburg teams, but Governor Mifflin averages an over 40 points per game coming in and 400 yards a game.
Right.
So both of these teams are for real, but what are you going to try to stop if you're Governor Mifflin?
Well, stopping Harrisburg is going to be very difficult because they have so many weapons. You have help with the weather. You're trying to shut down at least one thing. If you're going to try to just suffocate the run, you commit more guys in the box to stop that and see if you can get your guys on the back end to defend. If you want to defend the pass, you put more guys in coverage and maybe blitz a little bit. Have some exotic ones to see if you can get some pressure on the quarterback. Otherwise, you have to take away one. If you don't take away something, Harrisburg can just go roughshod on you all day.
Well, as you said, Governor Mifflin on the road versus Harrisburg today. 5A finals here on ABC 27. Kickoff right around the corner after these messages.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, you two. It's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
Well, that's Ruas on the carry. Welcome back to Severance Field. Todd McCall, Jerome Presley, 5A semifinal game here in wet conditions. Mifflin will get the ball. Governor Mifflin will have the ball first. Isaac Ruas, who had 4 touchdowns last week on his first carry, and he picked up 4 yards. Last week, Exeter, Jerome, we talked about it. Exeter did move the ball. They did see something in the middle of that defensive line, but Harrisburg, again, was just too strong.
Right, you'll see from Governor Mifflin, they run this veer offense, and the fullback is the feature in this offense. So Ruas is the big guy for this offense to get it going. If they get him going, it could be a good effort. And you saw on that play, 10 yards right there, right up the middle, using that veer offense from the fullback. Everything is on the fullback. This team and this school has a lineage of fullbacks that have done well in this system and have carried this team.
Well, if you know you're fans of Governor Mifflin, they're 5-0 and Berks won that division, beat York 56-7 to get here. And Mick Vecchio, the head coach, has been 26 years, over 170 victories, and really has had a team at Governor Mifflin that 13 straight years, 14 make it in the postseason. So this team is no stranger to playoffs. They say if they were not in 5A, you'd put them at anywhere, and they would be probably the best team in it.
Oh, absolutely. And again, they're a very good team, well-coached team, and their goal is going to be ball control with this offense. They want to grind the ball out. They want to get 5, 6, 7, and even higher yards a pop when they start off and keep the ball on their side.
Well, Cameron Wolf, the quarterback, going under center, putting someone in motion. Ruas, right side, cross the 40. Across the 35-yard line, and big yardage. Shaquan Anderson Butts will come up to make the tackle. He is a Division I Penn State recruit, as most people know. Micah Parkins on that side. great defensive core in this Harrisburg team. Jai Burney, one of the great guys, I think, is an absolute playmaker. Maurice Glenn, you got to watch in the secondary. They've got great cover guys, and Ronald Kent Jr., number 9. I mean, Harrisburg has their share of defense. Andre White, a linebacker, is a junior who's received at least 3 Division I offers at this point. So highly loaded teams today playing. Wolf under center. And looks like there's going to be the first penalty of the game. That's going to be a jumping off sides. The left side of the Governor Mifflin offense jumped. That'll be a false.
Now, guys at home, or people at home, you got to realize something with Harrisburg. You know, you saw Governor Mifflin with Rojas up the middle. What Harrisburg did to adjust is they moved Micah Parsons to nose tackle in the middle of the defense to try to shore up that middle.
Rojas, the Wolf will keep it. Wolf going to be drugged down backside. Coming up making a great tackle is Ronald Kent Jr. That kid is so active. We talked about it in Jerome, but you played at Shippensburg University. When you played corner, if you played safety, the run support you have to have, staying home. Right. You got to make tackles.
Especially against a predominantly run-oriented offense. So you have to be able to come up and make plays. It's wet outside, as we talked about in the pregame. It's cold, and you have to get in that mindset. You have to come up and still come up with the same aggression you would have if it's warmer out.
Wolf on his first carry. He was over 200 yards rushing last week. Rojas, left side, cross the 30. And Andre Waite has to come over and make a great tackle for Harrisburg.
But again, you're seeing this offensive line for Governor Mifflin exert themselves in this defense of Harrisburg. And one of the things that you have to do for Harrisburg is play assignment football, so it takes you away from thinking. Now, Harrisburg has had experience against a team similar in Cumberland Valley that runs the wing T. It's assignment football as well, and they just dominated. So you're playing against a different team, different mindset, different offensive line, and different altogether, and we'll see how Harrisburg adjusts.
Give to Rojas. Rojas burning on the backside tackle. Rojas with another carry. That's his 6th carry already. Yeah, it'll be another first down, moving the chains for Governor Mifflin.
And I tell you what, Todd, this kid he's used to carrying the ball often. Don't be surprised if he's up in the 30 carries a game. In this type of games, he could see the ball 30, 35 times running the ball from this offense.
Well, if you tuned in last week, Exeter did move the ball pretty effectively against Harrisburg. However, Harrisburg got Exeter in third down and longs and 4th and shorts and brought pressure, and the quarterback threw it away. You can't turn the ball over against this team. Rojas, 7th carry, right side, pick up 2.
And one of the guys you're going to have to keep an eye on is number 32, Andre White, the linebacker, the junior from Harrisburg. He's had a phenomenal season in the middle of that defense. He has to have a big game today in order to help slow down that running game from Governor Mifflin. And right there, you just saw it. Only a 1-yard gain. That's what you want if you're Harrisburg. You want to shut that offense down early and get them in 3rd and long and force them to throw.
Under center's Wolf. Twin receivers are right. He's going to keep it himself, being chased by Micah Parsons on the backside. Jaquan Anderson Brutz will trip him up. And let's say he picked up about 1-2, call it. The ball will be spotted on the 19-yard line. 7:43 here in the first quarter. Mifflin having success moving the ball, have not had to put it up in the air, probably won't much. 3rd and 6. Now this is where Harrisburg brings that pressure, Jerome, and you've got to be very careful on these 3rd and 6. They've got a great secondary core, great linebacker core. You talked about Andre White, who's entertained scholarship offers from Rutgers, Howard, and UConn. Parsons drags down Wolf.
And that's what you have to do. You see, the quarterback, Wolf, he tries to see if he can get Parsons upfield and get under him, and he wasn't able. Parsons did not bite on that, made a play, even tried to get a strip on the ball, and now we're in a 4th down situation. So Harrisburg bend, but they don't want to break here and get the ball back, and it looks like Exeter or Governor Mifflin will attempt to get this 1st down.
All right, ball at the 18. 4th and 5. Probably a big playoff 4th and 5, if that's what you want to call it, here in the first quarter. Trying to establish something on the road is Governor Mifflin. Wolf under center. There will be whistles, and Harrisburg indicates that definitely was probably a legal procedure movement. We'll see what the call is. Yeah, to go against Governor Mifflin. Now, one thing Governor Mifflin does is Ben Myers is a kicker. We saw him 50-plus, and now again, that was without a rush. You and I are both a little bit. We like kickers, but when there's no rush, but we seen his foot, and it was 50-plus.
He does, but it looks like they're going to go for it. Fourth down and 10. So you look for Harrisburg to try to get this ball back, get this ball right here.
Wolf's going shotgun, and all sides. Just when you think that Harrisburg might look a little bit vulnerable, penalties hurt Governor Mifflin, backed them up to a 4th and 10 on the 23, and that's going to be another. I don't know if you can bring your kicker in now.
Well, again, I mean, this is what you don't want. Governor Mifflin has had such a good drive to start this game off. And then what Harrisburg does is they clamp down right when they need to.
Right.
And now penalties have backed you up, and you're in a 4th and 15 against a Cougars defense that is going to be chomping at the bit to come get you with a very good secondary.
Shotgun for Wolf. Twin receivers left. He's looking far left side. He fires across the 20-yard line. It'll be complete. And he'll be shy. Rynell Gant came up to make the tackle. And it's going to be a takeover on downs for Harrisburg.
And again, you know, Governor Mifflin goes to throw. Good protection from that offensive line. Delivers a good ball, but not enough for the chains to move for Governor Mifflin. And again, Harrisburg able to hold, withstand that Governor Mifflin situation as far as them driving down the field on them. They tighten up right when they need to. Now you get the ball into your playmakers' hands.
Well, that's what you see year in, year out against Harrisburg. If you have penalties, 3 penalties, back them up. And Governor Mifflin has to give the ball over to Harrisburg on downs. Wilkerson going to give to Parkinson left side. Parsons crossed the 20. There's a flag. Crossed the 30. Pounding over people. But that's probably going to come back. Might be holding on the left side of that Harrisburg line.
Well, I'll tell you what, you saw everybody like held onto their blocks so well that may have been too well, and it looks like it may be coming back.
Harrisburg will put bodies on you. That's going to be holding. Man, I tell you, the Cougars, they've impressed me with their offensive line. There's Corey Jett up in the center position. I tell you what, I think he's one of the better centers in the area.
Yeah, he's definitely came in and had a very, very good season. Now starting to get college looks from the center position. He's a stout player, very good athlete, and I think that's what you want out of your centers. You want them to be able to move. They have to be able to be strong at the point of attack, which he is, and he can move very, very well. So, you know, you have him in the middle of your offense coming from Susquehanna last year, and he found a spot here at the center position.
There's a flag again. So 2 plays, 2 penalties. Holding on the first one.
And I think they're going to get that left guard, Chisholm, on the side, jumping early. So both teams have shot themselves in the foot pretty good. Harrisburg is in first in forever and backed up to about the 4-yard line. So this is one of those places where you can't make mistakes back here.
So it'll be 3rd and 1.
3rd and 23.
3rd and 23, excuse me. That was Jameer Plant on the right side. It'll be 2nd and 27.
And that was Daniel Enriquez on the play. He gets the ball and gets upfield. And again, Harrisburg has to, you know, can't make mistakes with these penalties and try to chip and see if they can get back into a reasonable down and distance on this play.
That was Enriquez, excuse me, on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 13. Ball spotted on the 12-yard line for Harrisburg. Wilkerson. It's going to come back to backside here. That's Jameer Plant. Plant's going to go across the 30, broke the tackle, across the 40, another move. That's Ronald Kent Jr., excuse me, Ronald Kent Jr. come up and made a big play. You see him making big plays defensively last week, 2 interceptions this week. Cuts all the way across the field, Jerome. Take a look at this. This is the move right here.
And again, what happened was Kent got a lot of blockers ahead of him, and then he breaks a tackle and gets up front field. And this is the problem when you play against Harrisburg. You have to defend the entire field. You can't just lock in on one player. You have to defend the field, and they have a very good quarterback. So when you don't do that, you have a big play and a big first down for Harrisburg.
Ruas, the fullback, had to come back and make the tackle, knocked him out of bounds. Parsons, left side, crossed the 50, crossed the 40, knocked out of bounds.
And again, 6'3", 240 pounds, gets in the open field, lays a move on the D-back, gets around him on the outside and gets another first down. He could have, many guys his size aren't going to try to get outside. Look at him. He does a stutter step. I mean, you know, Weaver just can't even, he catches air trying to get him, and he gets off field, and he's as big as he is. That shows you the kind of talent that Micah Parsons has.
It'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 42-yard line. Wilkerson has trip receivers to the right. Fakes the give. Dump off to Henrique. Henrique crosses the 40, the 30, and knocked out of bounds. Wolf, the quarterback, has to come over and play defense as well, and Rujas plays defense. So you've got a lot of guys in Government Mifflin going both ways, and that does come back to, I mean, you get extremely tired.
Well, again, you're covering so many athletes on this play, and Enriquez gets the ball. He's very shifty in open field, and that's the one thing that every skill position player at Harrisburg has, is their open field ability to make you miss and get upfield.
17-yard pickup for Hent, ball on the 26. Wilkerson back, looking, going to hold it, dump off to Parsons for safety. Crosses the 25 to 20. Oh, still on his feet. You know how he does. He's crossing all the way over the field. You cannot tackle him if you don't hit him low. He's going to cross to 10. He's going to walk in. Touchdown, Harrisburg Cougars. He's done it year in, year out, weekend after weekend. He makes highlight film cuts, and that's what you get out of the Harrisburg Cougars, Micah Parsons.
And he's not doing this against a bad football team. This is a very, very good football team that typically does extremely well defensively, but you see Wilkerson hits a safety valve. How great is it to have a safety valve like Micah Parsons? You have 3 guys from Governor Mifflin can't make the play. You got another guy tries to make a play. He doesn't. He jukes another guy, gets outside, turns on the Jets in the rain, cold, gets a touchdown.
Kill Parsons, 26 out for the TD. I mean, last week he carried the ball 6 times for 109 yards. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 catch touchdowns, and that point after is good by Shaquan Anderson-Butts, and Harrisburg on the board, 7-0 more after these messages.
Nashville is coming to PA. Enjoy a Nashville Writers Round and learn the stories behind the lyrics. Featured artists include Kendall Marvel, who wrote the top 5 hit Right Where I Need to Be by Gary Allan. He's also written for George Strait, Jamie Johnson, and Jake Owens, and more than 50 songs with CMA Award winner Chris Stapleton. Hannah Dasher, with her new song Go to Bed Early, appears on Brad Paisley's new Love and War album, where she also sings background vocals. Some other originals include Drinking Out Loud, 1990s Heartbreak, and Let Me In. Win Varbo is a 2-time CMA Song of the Year nominee with Have You Forgotten by Daryl Worley and Waiting on a Woman by Brad Paisley. He is also a 1-time ACM Song of the Year nominee with A Little More Country by Easton Corbin. For tickets, go to Invica Entertainment on Facebook and click on the event section, or go to invica-nwr.eventbrite.com.
Well, Harrisburg kickoff was actually fumbled. Take a look at it here, or just flubbed, and it was not intended to look like an onside kick, but you'll see it just, he didn't get it. He didn't get it at all. His foot actually missed the ball.
He didn't.
And Government Mifflin will have the ball midfield. Great field position across the 50-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it didn't seem like it was an intended thing. And again, the ball this play gives Governor Mifflin good field position again to start their offense. Now, if you're Governor Mifflin, you cannot get behind too far early in this game because it'll take you out of what you do best, which is run the fullback. So again, they want to get the ball, get a good drive, and get in the end zone.
Rujas, left side, picking up. Boy, he is picking up yardage today. He's at 8 carries already. And he'll pick up a +7 on that. So look at this. Last drive was 5 plays for 84 yards, and it was 1:08. Last week they scored on a 47-second play, 53 seconds, 1:08 this week. That's what Harrisburg does. They strike fast. Cougar fast is the best way to call it. 4:43 to play. Rujas. No, Wolf on the keeper, across the 40, and he'll be drugged down backside by Nakari Williams on the tackle.
And that was good defense by the Cougars. What gets teams or gets offenses that run the veer or the wing tee or even the option wishbone is good penetration defensively from your defensive line. And that's what you saw from Harrisburg. They were able to get penetration, and that breaks up some of the timing in the offense, which gives the other defenders time to corral the running back and get the play.
All right, Wolf will go under center. The weather today is 37 degrees. Give right side Rujas. Rujas pick it up, but always extending a little bit, but his knee was down probably at the 32. But he is picking up yardage pretty effectively here today. I mean, we knew he was a good back coming in, Jerome, when we looked inside his numbers.
Yeah, when you're in Governor Mifflin, the fullback position is big, and once you get that position, you know you're going to get a lion's share of the carries, and everything works off of you. So, you know, he's been working in the weight room. He's gotten himself ready for this season. I'll tell you what, he's having a good year.
Wolf will keep it. Backside, Shaquan Anderson, but you cannot run away from him. We talked about it, Jerome. We've said this numerous times. When you try to flank him, running right and running left, it is very hard to beat these guys to the corner. Yeah,
speed is Harrisburg's #1 call, and that's on defense. Going side to side on the Berg is hard to do because of how quickly these guys react. Now, you see, the play was designed for Wolf to go outside. Everything was worked out that it should work. However, the athleticism of Harrisburg doesn't play into your practice drill.
Right.
So that changes the whole dynamic.
Okay, the ball spotted on the 32-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4. Wolf going to be under center. Rujas, the back. Rujas the give, and look at that tackle coming up, and that's Jai Burney. We call him Jai the playmaker Burney. He is effective. They line Jai Burney up in so many spots. I feel like at the next level, Jerome, this is a kid that I think they'll put more weight on, and I think he'd be an excellent nose guard at the next level.
Yeah, at 5'9", he's short on the side. He's playing on the defensive end. He crashes down from the left side, and he's able to make a big play on the fullback, and that's what you want from your defenders, to come up, make solid tackles. And again, when I played, you know, one of the things when you played a team like this, or you played a veer, a team that established a fullback, you want to punish that fullback as much as possible. And if you keep punishing them, by the end of the game, they're not going to want to run the ball anymore. Many times those guys are built and ready for this game, so and ready all season. So it takes a lot to punish them, but that's one of those punishing hits. Looks like it's going to be a penalty, which backs Governor Mifflin up even further.
That's their 4th penalty of this first half, 3:07 to play. And I tell you, those are the things that took them out of a drive. They were in the red zone against Harrisburg on their first drive. Penalties backed them up, and they took over. Harrisburg took over on downs. Wolf's going to have to pass. He dropped off to Michael Franks. And Andre White come up and lay down the wood as he does. Junior, look, he's just an effective kid. Linky, tall, strong running back, a Susquehanna Township transfer. And he was coming on at Susquehanna before he came here, and then he's just completed his game. Well, look at him, just pursuit of the ball.
And again, he is a very, very good player, and someone that the Cougars are really high on. And as you've seen it and said it, different recruits are really looking at this kid and wanting this kid, looking at him now for the next level.
And this is what Harrisburg does to you. 4th and 5. They get you in these situations, and they bring everybody. Quick pitch. And there was nothing to happen for Stubler on that one.
And as we said, going wide against the Cougars is playing right into what they do best. They do very well against you when you try to go wide on them. They use that speed defensively, come up and make the play. Turnover on downs, Cougars ball.
Deontay Payne coming to make that play, number 54. Also Jeff Chisholm, another fine running back, or linebacker, excuse me. Look at Payne, wasn't fooled, didn't go anywhere, and he had some help by Jameer Henderson. You got Corey Jett, Jameer Henderson, Deontay Payne, Chisholm. All these guys, very effective defensive players going to the next level, no doubt about it. Harrisburg, 4 receiver set. They're going to give to Plant. Plant switches hands and crosses just shy of the 50-yard line. And Stubler come up and make the tackle.
And it's interesting because we always talk about what Parsons does. Plant is a very integral part to this offense, because when Parsons gets his breather, you bring in Jameer Plant, a sophomore, with his speed and athleticism. He immediately comes in, and he's not just a change of pace back. He is extremely effective, and he's a different kind of back, but he has just as much effectiveness.
Wilkerson, shotgun. Fakes to Plant, dumps off. It's going to be incomplete to Maurice Glenn. Maurice Glenn, very effective last week, had a very good game as well. I mean, Wilkerson has his share of receivers, speedy receivers, and specialty guys to hit. It's a rare drop for Glenn.
And Glenn, at 6'2", 170-pound senior, he wants that ball. He gets a good slant play on there. He has to bring that in. But again, the elements, ball is slippery and slick out there.
Ball on the 49. Give to Plant. Plant across the 50. He's going to pick another one up, moving the chains. He'll pick up 11.
And Plant, 5'9", 180-pound speedster, offensively very shifty, very powerful running back that you're going to see at the next, as he keeps maturing.
Right.
You see him, he's only a sophomore right now. He comes in and he spells Parsons great. You can give Parsons an amazing rest when you have a Plant in the game like that.
Ball on the 41. Give to Plant. Plant looking for a cut. We're going to have a hold on the Harrisburg left side of the line. I think they're going to call the receiver for it right now. Gant looked like he might have been holding. We'll have to take a look at it, Jerome. Here, 1:32 to play. Well, we've had our share of penalties already.
Yeah,
5,
again,
7.
and that's what happens. I mean, the weather, it's nasty out. It's cold out. I mean, everybody's looking for an edge, and sometimes that edge, gets you going and gets you a penalty. Now you see Plant comes out after, doing a yeoman's job coming in and getting that work. And now you bring in arrested Parsons after he was able to take several plays to get his rest. And that's where you look at the coaching staff, Calvin Everett, that's what he does. He wants to give Parsons rest. So you'll see him get rest on both sides of the ball, but mainly offensively. He has the ability to play Plant and get some really good production out of him.
Wilkerson, ball 47-yard line after the penalty. Dump off to Gant. Gant staying off his feet, crossing the 40. Still has not come down, crossed the 30-yard line. There's a lot of missed tackles, and if you do not tackle these guys, they're shifty, they're quick, and I tell you what, they make so many things happen. All you have to do is have the ball in the guys like Gant's hands. Glenn, Maurice Glenn, Jameer Plant, these guys are just quick. Take a look at this again, how they break the tackles. Good move there.
And again, you have guys from Governor Mifflin that are in place. They just can't make the play.
Yep.
I don't think we've ever seen a situation all season where one player has been able to take Parsons down.
Yeah.
And sometimes not even two. It's typically 3 or more.
Right.
One player, he's broken tackles where guys have thought they've had him in the grip. He's run people over. And then more importantly, which people don't realize all the time, he's run by everybody sometimes. So he's been able to do it so many different ways.
Wilkerson dumps off to Shaquan Anderson-Butts, and he'll be knocked out of the 20-yard line. Man, you cannot have missed tackles against these guys. They just keep punishing you. And, as we talked about, Governor Mifflin has had some success moving the ball, but they get a penalty, get backed up on 4th down, gives the Cougars what they want. When the Cougars have the rock in their hands, they score. That's what they do. They score.
And they score often too. And again, they've been able to. Governor Mifflin has been able to protect the football for the most part. It's just been on 3 and outs. Haven't been able to do anything.
Parsons crossing the 20, trying to break that tackle. They had to stay low, and that was probably one of the best tackles we've seen in a couple Saturdays. If you see how low Tyshawn Weaver had to get and had to basically clamp both ankles as hard as he could to bring Parsons down, and Parsons still almost broke that tackle. Take a look at it again.
And again, you see him, he uses that vision, he cuts up, good tackle. The initial doesn't work. He's good that he grabbed that, Weaver grabbed that second leg, which was able to trip Parsons up. But otherwise, Parsons may have even broken that. But good play for Governor Mifflin, an opportunity here.
Well, they won't get this play off. That's going to end the first quarter. Harrisburg 7, Governor Mifflin nothing. We'll be right back with more after these messages.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, you two, it's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
We want to take this moment to thank the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for sponsoring today's Harrisburg High School football game. PHFA helps low and moderate income families with affordable home mortgage loans. Don't just dream about owning that home, you may be able to buy it. Visit their website today at www.phfa.org. Again, that's www.phfa.org or search PHFA on the web. They offer home loans to fit your budget. Well, welcome back. Second quarter action. Harrisburg up 7-0. They're moving the ball. And I've got to be pretty impressive that the Governor Mifflin band's coming here today also trying to match up, if you want to call it, against that Market Street madness that we call wonderful band of the land, Harrisburg Cougars. It's a wet day. Got to keep these horns dry. We're trying to keep our cameras dry as well, but we are lucky, blessed to be up here in this booth today, Jerome.
We are.
Because it is just awful out there.
It definitely is. It's a very, very cold, windy Pennsylvania late November football Saturday.
Are you ready for some football? That's exactly what I said today when I got up. I was really excited for this game. Wilkerson back to pass, left side, going down the middle. The ball, was dropped. He did hit his receiver, Gant, in the hands, but it'll be incomplete.
And again, even when things don't go well for Harrisburg as far as catching the ball, the thing was Gant was open and should have hauled that in. And again, you have the weather that's playing a factor sometimes. Again, the offensive line does a good job. Wilkerson has been very active. Good defensive play by number 20. Copeland was right there, but he wasn't able to make a play.
Wilkerson was going to keep it. There's going to be a penalty. Man, we've had our share of penalties today. Actually, you talked about Darius Copeland, the senior. He's only 5'5" and 150 pounds, but he did have good coverage. That penalty is going to go against Harrisburg. I've got 7 penalties already today.
Yeah, it gets sloppy. I mean, it's a sloppy day. You know, these kids, playing in this kind of conditions, it sometimes can break your concentration, and you have to be able to stay tuned in and locked in so that you can keep doing what you want to do. So again, you get a chance to see number 2, Cameron Wolf, on the defensive end. He's starting quarterback as well, and he goes both ways. So he's in the back actually trying to orchestrate and get that defense hype for 4th down as the Cougars are trying to get this 1st down and keep this drive going.
So it'll be 4th and 6 for Harrisburg. Got to make a play here in the wet rain. Ball on the 26-yard line. Very rare do you see him with these 4th downs. And there's movement again, and that's going against Harrisburg. And this is the same situation when we looked at the first drive that Governor Mifflin had. They hurt themselves, shot themselves in the foot in the red zone and kept backing up with penalties. And now the same thing's happened to Harrisburg. They'll be backed up.
Well, again, Harrisburg, actually, it happened to them on their first drive, too, when they were backed up into their own end zone almost, and then they made a big play and got out of it. So now you're sitting here with 4th down, and it looks like it's going to be a 4th and 11 for Harrisburg. And mistakes backing both of these teams up. The concentration is not fully there for either team as the penalty numbers keep going up.
Now, each round of the playoffs, it just gets to every possession counts. Each round just gets a little more serious. It's each team you have. Each team beginning to believe. Wilkerson back to pass, throwing it up in the air, and he has a receiver, and it's going to be incomplete. It was thrown on the wrong side of Ronald Kent Jr. Kent almost made a play at it, and elated is the Governor Mifflin football staff. Coach Vecchio's, his offensive coordinator, defensive, everybody excited over there on the Governor Mifflin sideline, because that was an absolute big stop if you're Governor Mifflin.
Yeah, and I still have no idea what actually happened. Like the ball seemed like the trajectory of it went a totally different way. And, again, receivers are open. I mean, guys are open downfield, and that's where Harrisburg wants to keep attacking downfield in the passing game in the cold, rainy weather.
Well, turnover on downs for Harrisburg is something we don't say very often. Governor Mifflin getting the stop they want. 1st and 10, down 7. Wolf looking to pitch. Ooh, dangerous pitch again, trying to flank the Harrisburg Cougars. Shaquan Anderson-Butts coming up to make the tackle. I don't know where Penn State's going to play number 13, but I tell you this. Look at the game penalties here real quick. 4 for Governor Mifflin for 20. Harrisburg has 5. So we have 9 penalties.
I mean, the only benefit is that none of them have really been for huge yardage. But, yeah, it's a big deal. But, again, Governor Mifflin trying to flank Harrisburg on the offensive side of the ball, and we know that's a hard thing to do. Jaquan Anderson-Butts comes up and makes a big
hold
play.
on a minute. There's flags down again. That's going against, I think they had 12 guys on the field. Governor Mifflin has 12. It's going to be second down. Trum, it almost appears, it has that feeling of one of those games when it's early in the season. And you see, we call games so often through the years early in the season, and 10, 12 penalties is something just that we come to expect. Already a penalty-laced game, 2nd and 18 for Governor Mifflin. Shotgun Wolf. He wanted to throw, he's going to keep it. Crossing over the 25-yard line, and he'll be knocked down.
And again, the Cougar defense is not an easy defense to pass on. So, you know, you got those guys that are ball hawks in the secondary, and you got Micah Parsons bearing down on you with some of those other defenders. So, you know, your clock, your internal clock as a quarterback against Harrisburg, you have to be quick because it gets to a point where that line breaks down when you get these athletes coming at you.
It'll be 3rd and 15. I tell you, when you're Governor Mifflin and your Governor Mifflin staff, you don't want to be in these situations with the Harrisburg Cougars. 10-20 to play, 3rd and 15. This is where they bring the house at you. They got this linebacking core. I tell you, you can match anyone in the state. Wolf, not going to have a whole lot of time. Can't get set. He's going to overthrow his intended receiver, and that's what happens. Copeland was his intended receiver. The ball will be overthrown. And as soon as you get 3rd and long or 4th and short, whatever the case is, that sets up the Cougar defense so well.
And they don't necessarily have to blitz. I mean, because of the talent they have coming at you, they don't have to send extra guys. They can get their front four, and their front four delivers a lot of pressure. You got the best player in the state, maybe in one of the top in the country, coming from the defensive end position. And you got to realize, as good as Parsons is offensively, he's even a much better defender when it comes to getting pressure on the quarterback. That's his specialty. And then you have Andre White at linebacker, who we've seen that has done well as Joe Slaughter. You know, he's done well as well. So you've had guys all over the place that are able to come up and make plays.
Well, bringing your punter on these wet conditions can be dangerous for anyone. And I know Coach Becky and his staff did not want to have to do this. Oh, low snap. Boy, played very well by the kicker. Ball picked up at the 40. Gant down the 30, down the 20. Gant will be, as he does, touchdown. Was that Ronald Kent Jr.? Ronald Kent Jr., excuse me, picks the ball up from the 40 and takes it to the house down the sideline. Want to see it again. It happened. You can't blink against this team.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can. And Kent Jr., he's able to get upfield very well. And you did not want this to happen. And it looks like there's going to be an injury on the field, too.
Again, look at us. Made this move right. No, didn't have to make a move, actually. Just, I tell you, kicker made an attempt, but
yeah, Kent Jr. had a good play, and then you see Bernie coming up, gimping a little bit on the play, but Harrisburg's able to get in the end zone again, and that's what you don't want. I mean, they really do well offensively, they do well defensively, the Cougars, but then when you get them in the special teams game, when they score on you that way, and again, you see the talent, you see Plant, you see Gant, you see Anderson-Butts, you see Wilkerson as the quarterback, and then you see Micah Parsons. I mean, they have guys at every position, every specialty area that you can plug in, and they're a threat for a big play at any time.
Well, as you saw, Ronald Gant, I mean, that's just something we've seen him do so many times. I got to give Benjamin Myers credit, the punter. I mean, he picked up a low rolling snap, but kicked it to the left side, but it took a perfect bounce in Ronald Kent Jr.'s hands. Jaquan Anderson-Butts, Gant hold. It's up, and it's good. Harrisburg on the board, 14-0 here in the second quarter. We'll have more after these messages.
Nashville is coming to PA. Enjoy a Nashville Writers Round and learn the stories behind the lyrics. Featured artists include Kendall Marvel, who wrote the top 5 hit, Right Where I Need to Be by Gary Allan. He's also written for George Strait, Jamie Johnson, and Jake Owens, and more than 50 songs with CMA Award winner Chris Stapleton. Hannah Dasher, with her new song Go to Bed Early, appears on Brad Paisley's new Love and War album, where she also sings background vocals. Some other originals include Drinking Out Loud, 1990s Heartbreak, and Let Me In. Win Varbo is a two-time CMA Song of the Year nominee with Have You Forgotten by Daryl Worley and Waiting on a Woman by Brad Paisley. He is also a one-time ACM Song of the Year nominee with A Little More Country by Easton Corbin. For tickets, go to Invica Entertainment on Facebook and click on the event section, or go to invica-nwr.eventbrite.com.
Well, welcome back. We want to thank Andy Meese for being up also from Penn Live, helping us a little bit too up here on this wet, rainy day. Rujas on the Governor Mifflin side, 9 carries for 53 yards already. Quarterback Cameron Wolf has 6 carries for 17, and Micah Parsons has 3 carries for 17. Well, Governor Mifflin's going to have great field position. Look at this last drive, 1 play, 61 yards. And there's another flag, and we've got a scuffle here on midfield.
And again, you don't want this if you're either team. You know, you got to be smart. You got to play within the means of the game and not make mistakes like that. It hurts you when you lose your cool. In a situation like this, a big game, every inch counts in this game, so you don't want to go backwards.
Well, this might be offsetting. It looks like he might have had personal foul calls against both Governor Mifflin and Harrisburg inside of the first one. Yep. It goes against Harrisburg, and I don't know who they put the call on, but Carmani Williams, I thought, was the player that probably would have got the signal. He was in the middle of the scuffle there on special teams. You can see what happened here. They're just holding each other up. There's people just holding blocks, and it goes down, and you don't know what happens in that scuffling pile. It's kicking and holding. He tries to tackle somebody as they're walking away, and I think that's where they get the personal foul call.
Yeah, it was right in the middle. And it looks like Williams wasn't going to give up that leg, and again, it got a little testy inside.
Wolf gives to Rujas. Rujas on his 10th carry.
And again, they're feeding them. They're going to keep giving them the ball. They're going to keep, staying within the offense. But again, when you look at what Harrisburg is seeing, Cumberland Valley does not run this offense, but if there's any offense that would be similar, it would be this one. Cumberland Valley's offense to this. So Harrisburg has seen a variation of this offense. This is a little more fullback dominant, though. This is one of those situations where Rojas is the man in this offense, and he has to be the one to get it going.
Wolf's going to keep it across himself, crosses the 20-yard line, 15, and he'll be knocked down.
And again, there's too much, not enough arm tackling or not enough wrapping tackling for the Harrisburg Cougars. They got to come up and wrap. You saw the quarterback, Wolf, able to get outside for the first time today and get some positive yards. The penalty has really helped out this Governor Mifflin offense.
There's Wolf making a great cut right there. And Andre White had to come over to make the tackle. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 15. Rujas up the middle. He picked up 5, so the ball will be spotted on the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5. 8:33 to play here before half. And Governor Mifflin looking to try to scratch one, put one on the board here. That would keep them right where they want to be. But, you don't take advantage of the red zone opportunities you get against Harrisburg. You don't get them often.
Yeah, that's definitely, again, Governor Mifflin is right where they need to be. If they score here, they're right in the game. Don't have to make any changes.
Rujas crossing the 4-yard line. Yeah, it'll be 1st down. He'll pick up the chain movement. And it'll be inside the 5. It'll be at the 4-yard line for Governor Mifflin.
And you get a good look at Isaac Rujas, 6'1", 210-pound fullback. Or running back, fullback / linebacker.
Well, looks like there's going to be a timeout call. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her 2 boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
We want to take this opportunity to remind folks that our sponsor today is the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. You know, coming up with a down payment and closing costs is often the main obstacles to home ownership. The PHFA offers small second loans to help with those costs. Learn more on their website at www.phfa.org or search PHFA on the web. They offer home loans to fit your budget. 1st and 4. Red zone opportunity for Governor Mifflin. They need a score, and they're wanting one really bad here with 8:09 to play here before the half. Rujas, single back. Give is to him, Rujas. Rujas left side, picks up 2. And he went into that solid black and silver and will be drugged down at 2nd and goal for Governor Mifflin. A ball on the 2-yard line.
And again, I tell you, this offense is hard to stop in short yardage, and they're nickel and diming their way downfield, and we can't talk enough about that penalty on the kickoff return that gave Governor Mifflin additional yardage. So again, you got to keep your head, and every yard, as we said, counts.
And that's going to be a touchdown. Governor Mifflin. Rujas across the left side for 2 outs. He's got 12 carries, and that is really something to celebrate when you are a Governor Mifflin fan, because they have put one on the board here at half to cut it to 8. Point after with Myers coming right up. But take a look at this. He ran hard left side. This kid is a good running back. He's a solid contributor.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is, if you notice, Governor Mifflin is attacking the right side of the Harrisburg defense. Most of Ruas's carries on that fullback running game is right to the left side. So there's something that they see. Either their strength offensive line is there, or they see a weakness in Harrisburg's defensive line on that side. They're attacking the right side constantly.
Well, 14-7. We'll have more here in the second quarter. 5-8 playoffs here on ABC 27.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, you two, it's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
Well, that's how you do it right there. If you want to come out to the game and you don't really care about rain and you want to be a faithful, this is what you do. He's watching it on the phone. He's also under there. Maybe I want to tell you what right now, that's VIP seating. I don't know how you get that ticket, but if I ever had to do it, I'm not televising the game. Jerome Presley, that's how I'm doing it.
I would rather not be outside. I'd rather be inside.
Oh, JP getting soft on me.
Either play or be inside.
Yeah. 6 plays, 33 yards in that last drive. A total of 2 minutes and 15 seconds. I never thought I would say this day that Presley with 2 S's is getting soft.
Hey, it's cold, man.
Yeah.
It's cold outside.
I can't bust on you.
If I'm playing, I'm good.
I love you too much to bust on.
Sitting outside, well, I'll bust on you.
No, you never discriminated against me at all. I'm glad we've been friends for all these years.
Yes,
Looked like a little onside kick attempt. It was Governor Mifflin got it. Governor Mifflin has got the ball.
And that was a very, very good call for Governor Mifflin. You see the energy on that team. They caught Harrisburg sleeping. And now it's an opportunity to try to even this up. So good job from the coaching staff for Governor Mifflin.
Man, oh man. They caught him sleeping. Myers comes up, does a beautiful job, and on Rujas' side, he goes to Rujas' side. But coming up to make that play was Bryce Stubler. And man, oh man.
Good call.
Governor Mifflin giving themselves an opportunity. 1st and 10 on the 44. Rujas left side. Parson dragging him down.
And again, they're hitting that right side of Harrisburg's defense and their left side when you're looking at Governor Mifflin. And again, is it the strength? Do they see a strength over there that they're so used to running that way, or do they see a weakness on Harrisburg? Either way, they're continuing to test that left side or right side of Harrisburg's defense.
Rujas with 13 carries over 70 yards already in the TD. 2nd and 6 for Governor Mifflin. Wolf. Give to Rujas. Rujas left side. He's loved running against the right side of that Harrisburg defense. Parson comes up to make the tackle. Has help with Andre White. And Deontay Payne also in on the tackle.
And again, this time Harrisburg defended it a little bit better, but the down and distance favors Governor Mifflin. 3rd down in about 3 yards. That's what they want. That's first down territory for them.
All right, ball in the 37, 3rd and 3. 6:20 to play here at half. Wolf going under center. Rujas, that single back, gets it left side. Nothing there. That was a good stop on the Harrisburg right side. Coming up to make the tackle was Jeff Chisholm.
And again, you got to take that as if you're a Harrisburg defender on that left side, on that right side of your defense, you're like, yo, they keep running at me. I got to shut this down.
Right.
And that's what, you take that as a personal hit against you, and you go out there and make a play.
It becomes a personal thing, as you said. I would agree totally. It's called pride stops. These are pride stops. 4th and 1 for Governor Mifflin. Another big 4th down. And there's going to be a timeout. Governor Mifflin wants to take a timeout and talk about it. We'll be right back with 5:48 to play after these messages. Come join 2-time CMA songwriter nominee Win Varble, who penned Brad Paisley's Waiting on a Woman and Daryl Worley's Have You Forgotten. Also, artists from Sony, Hannah Dasher, and Kendall Marvel, who has written hits for Chris Stapleton, George Strait, Jamie Johnson, and Jake Owens, and many, many, many more on January 20th at the Conference Center at Central Penn. Tickets on sale now at Invica Entertainment. Don't miss this great night as Nashville's best come to town to tell their secrets behind their great songs. 5:48 to play, 14-7, 4th and 1, Governor Mifflin, and Coach Vecchio's staff wanted to talk about it. Coach Vecchio, 26 seasons as the skipper at Governor Mifflin. He is a Berks County legend, no doubt about it. He played at Muhlenberg High School, and it was a Raven grad. He was a lineman in 1966-67. Now, then we know Calvin Everett, 7 years what he's done at Harrisburg. Took his team to the state championship last year. He was a graduate of Harrisburg in 1998 and still has the longest run from scrimmage at 99 yards. Coach Cal is very proud of that one. Wolf, left side. And they're going to get the first down. They're going to move the chains. They got what they needed there. Went left side. They've got one direction they're going, running right side, left on their side, right side defense.
And it's been predictable at this point. But again, the second you get too sucked up in there is when they pull it out or go around you or go the other way. So you got to be ready for everything. But again, you got to shore up that right side of your defense. If you're Harrisburg, they found something, and they're running the exact same play every play to that side.
Wolf's going to keep it. He'll pick up 1. You know, we looked and we talked about this off camera. Really, Governor Mifflin very similar to a Cumberland Valley.
Yeah,
they're fundamental. They're running their veer. Cumberland Valley, running the wing tee. These teams that are committed to this kind of style of play, they're so effective. And then you get in the playoffs on a wet, rainy day. They know how to move the ball.
Yes.
And it'll be 2, then they hit you for 8. Then they'll hit you for 1, then they hit you for 10. And it just grinds you out after a while with your defense. You play a lot of plays on defense when you're playing these types of teams.
And that's why the goal is to get them off the field 3 and out as soon as possible and shut it down. Again, they get very predictable, but again, you have to stop the play. So this is what they're able to do when they're able to keep doing what they're doing. They can do this and try to throw the ball. But again, that Harrisburg defense in the secondary, it's their strength.
Wolf had to jump out of bounds. He wanted to throw the ball, setting that play action up to Rujas, and it looks like an effective play. And I think he did have someone open in the seam and didn't see him. But 2nd and 8, and there's another penalty, and that was against Harrisburg. That personal foul call is a big play. They've had 2 personal foul calls now. The last one set up a touchdown. Governor Mifflin had the ball across the 50-yard line on a bad kick.
I'm having a hard time seeing where the penalty is. That's a rough one there. That's a rough one right there. I don't see where that call would have been at all.
This had happened off camera. We didn't see it.
If they're calling it on that play, I don't see it. Where is this?
Okay. jumping out of bounds. He's already out of bounds is why they're calling it. They're going to call it. He barely touched him. They called Andre White hitting him after, I don't even know if White's shoulder pad even got him. Wolf given to Rujas. Rujas nowhere to go.
I mean, my only thing is you can't penalize intent. You got to penalize the action. And in that situation, you know, maybe White intended to hit him, but he didn't. So you can't penalize that.
I want to point out 51 for a second. I want to pick a point on, you talk about an lineman that's a junior. He's 5'10", 235, Jordan Espinosa. The job he's doing, if you looked at the play before, look at him contain his block on Micah Parsons. He has been told one thing, and that's to hit 23. And I've watched him today a few times try to physically muscle Parson a few times and keep him out of the play. And I haven't seen too many people doing that. 2nd and 9, there'll be a timeout.
Well, we know Parson has been bounced around. He hasn't been in the same spot, so they've run behind him pretty much all game regardless. And he's pretty big, 5'10", 235 pounds. He's a good size guard on that left side of the offensive line, which is he's doing a very good job against Governor Mifflin.
Well, early on, this is the first strike touchdown out of Micah Parsons. He went 26 yards, made a move right here, and came all the way across. He breaks tackles left and right, and he walked into the end zone. That was the first score for Harrisburg. And then Wilkerson looking to try to do some things in the air, and today hasn't had really the touch with the ball wet today. He's thrown some balls behind his receiver. That one looked like it might be an opportunity for a touchdown. Wolf back to pass out of the shotgun. He's going to roll right, looking end zone. Across the 20. He's found his receiver. It's going to be incomplete.
Wow.
He had him. He had him wide open. He had Michael Franks wide open in the end zone, or right shy of the end zone. He would have walked in. That's going to be incomplete. 3rd down and 9.
And Franks caught a very comfortable spot in the zone. You know, you see Wolf scramble a little bit, and out of the corner of his eye, he sees number 22 in the middle, and he hits him, and you see that weather, that ball's slick. He's not able to pull it in. Franks wants that back for sure.
That hit him right in the hands. Jerome, we talked again off camera. We effectively, that offensive line out of Governor Mifflin have held their blocks. They're putting shirts on people, shoulder pads on people.
Yes, they have. They've done a good job. They haven't seen tons. They haven't thrown a lot, but when they have, Wolf has had time.
3rd down conversions for Governor Mifflin. They're 1 for 5. Harrisburg's 0 for 1. There's a quick pitch to Rujas. That was dangerous. Rujas breaks a tackle, crossing the 10-yard line, cutting it up, and right just shy of the 2-yard line, but the ball came out. The ball came out, and I bet Harrisburg has it.
Well, I'm not sure because he had it in between his legs, so he might have been able to keep it and corral that.
Wow. How about Rujas breaking tackles?
Yeah, and he broke a tackle right off of number 32, Andre White. That was a big play for White to come up. And someone from Harrisburg almost tapped the pitch. And, you know, you saw it happen. A quick pitch, somebody comes in. Oh, number 54 for Harrisburg. That's the other linebacker, Dante Payne, comes up. And again, you see Rujas almost gets into the end zone.
Here it comes
out. The ball
out.
comes out, but it's between his legs. And you see his play, he's able to get it.
Oh,
so
my.
if they would have recovered it, it would have been Harrisburg would have got the ball back.
Well, it'll be 1st and goal for Governor Mifflin. Rujas on his feet. Does he get in? He went low, went under. They're signaling, Governor Mifflin's signaling a touchdown. No call. And they're going to mark it at the 1.
And you see Parson just submarine himself into the defense or into the offensive line and is able to make that play. And you saw the strength of Rujas coming off and just continuing to churn forward and almost gets into the end zone.
I got 3 minutes to play here before half. 2nd and 1 for Governor Mifflin, looking to try to tie this thing up. We got us a game here. Don't go anywhere. Wolf's going to go under center. Wolf going to keep it. Touchdown, Governor Mifflin. That's a touchdown. They'll take it, run away. Cameron Wolf is going to celebrate this one. Look at this, come back to tie this ball game up.
And again, big in both scores for Governor Mifflin. Big penalties were a part of the
Personal
plays.
fouls. Both personal fouls.
Both were personal fouls. So you can't, again, you cannot give life. You got to give credit to this Governor Mifflin team to take advantage of it, and they just keep coming at you. So good job, good coaching. The onside kick was a brilliant call for Governor Mifflin, and now they have a chance to tie it up.
Yep, the onside kick set this score up, 14-all. Myers' kick is good. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages. Governor Mifflin, Harrisburg tied at 14.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her 2 boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
Well, welcome back. All knotted up, 14-all. And I mean, what a beautiful game we have today. In this rain conditions, both teams playing very, very hard. 14-all. Governor Mifflin scores set up by actually a couple things. One, an onside kick, and then that score is also set up by a personal foul call. One that which we didn't know where that personal foul came from. We thought maybe they signaled against Andre White for hit and whoop the quarterback after he was already out of bounds, but he maybe nipped him a bit.
Yeah, and again, I think that's exactly where the penalty came from. It's just that, we didn't see it. And again, you can't, to me, you penalize the intent instead of the action itself. If he would have made contact, significant contact, I understand that, but he barely even touched him and he got called. But either way, Governor Mifflin made them pay for that, and that's what you do. You don't officiate the game. You just play and go with what they give you.
Ball bounced out. Governor Mifflin had a chance at it. 11-play drive, 44 yards. Took 4 minutes and 27 seconds to tie this thing up, and we got a beautiful one here today.
Well, the best way to stop Harrisburg is to keep the Harrisburg offense off the field. We have not seen the Harrisburg offense for a good amount of time because Governor Mifflin has kept the ball. So again, they tried to go for another onside kick. They almost got it again, and we wouldn't have seen the Cougars offense again probably for the rest of the half. So Harrisburg finally gets the ball, and we haven't seen Ymir Wilkerson in a while, so they finally get the ball back.
Governor Mifflin, 128 yards. Harrisburg, 56. That's been really the tell of this game. I mean, they have controlled the ball offensively fairly well, Governor Mifflin. They had 5 penalties early on, 2 of them really taking them out of their first drive. They looked like they might punch it in there around in the red zone, but penalties backed them up. Harrisburg's had their share of penalties and backing them up on a couple opportunities. One opportunity that Governor Mifflin took over on downs, and that's where we are right now, 14-all. And there'll be a timeout.
Yep, and again, Harrisburg, you see the yardage difference, and you look at that and you say, oh my God, they're killing. No, not necessarily. What you saw was Harrisburg didn't have the ball. So Governor Mifflin, like you said, they had the ball control. They were able to keep the ball. Good play calling. They're continuing to do what they're doing. And Harrisburg has failed to get Governor Mifflin out of that offense, that fullback-dominated offense. And the only way you can do that is you have to get up big on them and force them into throwing. And they can't do that. So now Governor Mifflin is sitting right where they need to sit. They can stay in their offense. They can do the things they need to do and see if they can get the ball back.
Well, it'll be 3 minutes to go here, first half. Harrisburg will have the ball back, 14-all in this wet Severance Field here on Market Street. Winter has Manheim Central coming up. I mean, this is what we want. This is what you want to see in a semifinal game. These two teams are going to battle out here today. We really thought that we would see this type of thing. Now, I wonder when you start looking at a lot of those Governor Mifflin guys are playing both ways. The quarterback, Wolf, is playing both ways. Some of the offensive line playing both ways. Even Russo is playing both ways. You see him lined up there on the top of your screen. Parsons, right side, he's going to cut up. Nope, bounce it back out. Still on his feet, cross the 40 and the 50. Well, it takes a lot of guys holding. Parsons had to hold on to the ball tight there.
It does. And one of the ththings that I think makes him a natural at running the ball is his vision.
Yeah.
He actually sees the field very well. So you see him, he looks at the corner of his left side. He sees that there's a lot going on. And then a tribute to the Harrisburg players that they know when the play breaks down a little bit. They know how to keep and stay on their blocks and keep springing them. And that's what he's doing. So you see Parson getting his money running the ball.
Niles Tanis making a tackle for Governor Mifflin. Parsons again. Staying on his feet. He got it. He broke 2 tackles to get to the 45.
And again, you're not going to see guys. You can't just tackle with one person. and it's almost as if you're playing a video game, and you're sitting there, and you got the, what is it, the B on the Xbox?
Yeah, exactly.
The B button. Somebody keeps hitting the B button, and he keeps breaking tackles.
He's got a running style that's Jim Brown, like or Earl Campbell maybe might be a great comparison to the old Houston Oiler, if you remember him.
I would say that, but Earl Campbell looked for contact. Parsons doesn't always look for contact. He's running around people.
He's shifty enough with some Barry Sanders moves, but big enough, like, I don't know where to put him, but I sure wish he let me know where he's going. Like he has to. Parsons, left side.
You get the official in. He's in the game. He goes to the dirt.
You know, a lot of people talk about Parsons' decision after this, and I mean, Penn Staters, the diehards. You know how many we have around this.
Yeah,
I mean, one of my good friends, Andy Dill, he swears he's going to Penn State. You know, the ref. Oh no, the ref got in the middle there too. Man,
I mean, he has to get more in the stands to be ready to be in the middle of that game.
Yeah, and
he's just kind of standing there, and he just gets knocked to the ground.
You got to be ready. But back to Parsons. Parsons entertaining offers from so many people. Oklahoma. And incomplete Wilkerson's pass. Penn State, I think Ohio State was still in the mix. I think I've heard Micah say, I'm not sure where he's at this point, but wherever he goes, we'll be happy to watch him at the next level.
Yeah, either way, it'll be interesting to see where he plays. And I'm guessing he'll play probably linebacker or defensive end of some sort. Again, you know, you take a year to get yourself ready. You know, as big as he is and as strong as he is, you know, you go up against some men when you hit the college level. So he'll definitely have to continue working hard, and that's what you do. If you're a star, you got to work hard at every level to maintain that status or develop that status.
Well, Brandon and Anderson and Genoa up front, along with Corey Jett doing a great job offensively as well all year long for the Harrisburg offense. We want to make sure we got to mention to them that offensive line has been effective all year. Also, Tahir Butler-Stern, an offensive lineman. A lot of seniors. He's 6'2". He's 310 pounds. So there's a lot of seniors. They lose a lot off that offensive line for next year. But this team has been so effective up front. They'll have a 4th and 2 ball on the 37-yard line. Big play, under 50 here before half. Governor Mifflin looked to jump. Wilkerson, he's going to throw it high. It's going to be incomplete today. He's delivered the ball higher on the backside. He had backside pressure from Michael Franks, and that ball is going to be incomplete. And Governor Mifflin's going to have the ball in decent field position right before half.
And they'll have time.
With Myers, a good kicker.
Yeah, they definitely have time. I think Harrisburg, you see the players coming off. They don't understand why that wasn't a neutral zone infraction that wasn't called for them. But, again, Governor Mifflin has an opportunity here to make a play and get downfield. Now, they're not a big strike offense, so they have 40 seconds. And you'll see the play here. You'll see the jump, but it looks like he may not have come across. So that was definitely a good call by the officials. And again, just miscommunication. And now Governor Mifflin has the ball.
Ball on the 37. Stubler will be left side. He get a rare carry. He'll pick up maybe 2, 3, call it. Time is running down here. I don't know. Are they 25 seconds? Are they going to take their time out?
Well, you can definitely try to strike, but at this point, you're tied up at halftime. You don't really have to do anything. You want to get you definitely want to get some points on the board, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if Governor Mifflin just goes in halftime and be like, you know what, we're 14-14, we're in this game, we're good to go.
Yeah, they're going to try to take one more at it. Nope. They're going to let it run out. It's under 5. So they're going to be happy going into half, 14 all, and that's going to be our score right now. Governor Mifflin 14 on the road here. Harrisburg 14. There'll be more. We'll come up with some halftime stats and talk inside the numbers. We'll also take a look now at Invica and what we do from a production standpoint.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, YouTube, it's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
Nashville is coming to PA. Enjoy a Nashville Writers Round and learn the stories behind the lyrics. Featured artists include Kendall Marvel, who wrote the top 5 hit Right Where I Need to Be by Gary Allan. He's also written for George Strait, Jamie Johnson, and Jake Owens, and more than 50 songs with CMA Award winner Chris Stapleton. Hannah Dasher, with her new song Go to Bed Early, appears on Brad Paisley's new Love and War album, where she also sings background vocals. Some other originals include Drinking Out Loud, 1990s Heartbreak, and Let Me In. Win Varble is a 2-time CMA Song of the Year nominee with Have You Forgotten by Daryl Worley and Waiting on a Woman by Brad Paisley. He is also a 1-time ACM Song of the Year nominee with A Little More Country by Easton Corbin. For tickets, go to Invica Entertainment on Facebook and click on the event section, or go to invica-nwr.eventbrite.com.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her 2 boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
Welcome back. You can tell the conditions. It's a beautiful look with that rain coming down. Look how wet those buses are. Governor Mifflin on the road. 5A semifinal playoff game. Mifflin 14, Harrisburg 14. And today it's been one of those games where Governor Mifflin stayed strong, ran the ball effectively. And we'll take a look at our first half highlights. Wilkerson struck first by dumping off with pressure coming backside. He dumped off to Parkins, and right here you think, whoop, he was down. Nope, wait a minute. Cut across the field, came all the way backside, and scored the touchdown, 26 out. He was 6 for 33, 6 carries for 33. Again, we have, thank Travis Starks for stat in this game. Parsons come back. You look at what he does. He can't be tackled real easy up high. You got to go low and stay low. If Parsons gets a second chance, he makes you count. Wilkerson today, he had 97 yards. He was 4 for 10. That was an incomplete pass. Some of his passes have sailed, but this is the playmaker. Ronald Kent Jr., 40 yards on a kickoff. Bounced. Not touched. Touchdown. That made it 14-0. But Russo had something to say about it from 2 out. He scored his first touchdown. He had 19 carries, 94 yards, and a TD. That was his first TD. And then Harrisburg, kind of special teams-wise, fell asleep for a second. Governor Mifflin got the ball, set up this pitch. Just Russo didn't really want to be denied, took it across the 5-yard line, the 2-yard line, and that set up a second touchdown. He fumbled it. Governor Mifflin got the ball back. Harrisburg in that pile rough, and then a keeper by Wolf on the outside. Wolf had 12 carries for 37 yards in the first half. And that's where we're knotted up at 14 in these wet conditions. Governor Mifflin, Harrisburg. I mean to tell you, you look at these numbers, and Governor Mifflin has 147 total yards, Harrisburg 167. But look at the rushing yards. That's been effective. We saw last week where Exeter really had some real good confidence moving the ball up the middle against Harrisburg. Governor Mifflin has attacked the right side of the Harrisburg defense for 130 total yards. Passing yards 17, and Wilkerson with a 96. Penalties, man, that's been a problem here today for both teams. 5 for 25 for Governor Mifflin, 7 for 64. Third down conversions, Governor Mifflin has been, they've had a tough time, second and 6, and generally that's what happens. Harrisburg gives you an opportunity, and then they get you in 3rd and longs and send everybody to you, and that's where teams have been hurt against them. But today, Governor Mifflin staying strong, 14-14. We'll be more back with Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency's sponsorship of this 5A semifinal game. More at halftime. Harrisburg, Governor Mifflin after these messages.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, YouTube, it's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
Nashville is coming to PA. Enjoy a Nashville Writers Round and learn the stories behind the lyrics. Featured artists include Kendall Marvel, who wrote the top 5 hit Right Where I Need to Be by Gary Allan. He's also written for George Strait, Jamie Johnson, and Jake Owens, and more than 50 songs with CMA Award winner Chris Stapleton. Hannah Dasher, with her new song Go to Bed Early, appears on Brad Paisley's new Love and War album, where she also sings background vocals. Some other originals include Drinking Out Loud, 1990s Heartbreak, and Let Me In. Win Varble is a two-time CMA Song of the Year nominee with Have You Forgotten by Daryl Worley and Waiting on a Woman by Brad Paisley. He is also a one-time ACM Song of the Year nominee with A Little More Country by Easton Corbin. For tickets, go to Invica Entertainment on Facebook and click on the event section, or go to invica-nwr.eventbrite.com.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her two boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
Welcome back here at halftime. Governor Mifflin 14, Harrisburg 14. I'm here with Penn Live. Really, Mr. Meats, I mean, we got to talk about a few things here. Inside the numbers, we thought, well, you and I talked a little bit off camera, we thought the Governor Mifflin could come in here and do some things today. What have you liked on this side of the team?
Governor Mifflin has done a really nice job running the ball with Isaac Ruiz. He's been great. He's just been pounding the ball up the middle, and Cameron Wolf has done a really nice job controlling the offense, knowing when to pull it, knowing when to run himself, and when to hand it off. So I've been very impressed by Governor Mifflin. They've been very opportunistic. They've taken advantage of every opportunity Harrisburg has given them.
If you're a second half and you're looking inside the Cougar halftime talk, I mean, what do you tell you, Harrisburg Cougars? I mean, really, they're so athletic. I mean, anything can happen. They'll break it wide open. Parsons has struggled a bit, if that's what you want to call it, offensively today.
I don't think he's gotten as many touches as he's used to. He's only gotten 7 touches. He's got 33 on the ground, 27 through the air, obviously on the touchdown. So they need to get him more involved with the offense. And like you said, they have so many athletes that are capable of breaking the big play. They've beaten Governor Mifflin in the yardage game so far by 20, and they've had the ball significantly less. So as long as they keep getting possession of the ball and continue to push, I think they can pull it out.
Well, he's Andy Meese from Penn Live. We'll have more on ABC 27 coming right up. Second half action after these messages.
Nashville is coming to PA. Enjoy a Nashville Writers Round and learn the stories behind the lyrics. Featured artists include Kendall Marvel, who wrote the top 5 hit Right Where I Need to Be by Gary Allan. He's also written for George Strait, Jamie Johnson, and Jake Owens, and more than 50 songs with CMA Award winner Chris Stapleton. Hannah Dasher, with her new song Go to Bed Early, appears on Brad Paisley's new Love and War album, where she also sings background vocals. Some other originals include Drinking Out Loud, 1990s Heartbreak, and Let Me In. Win Varble is a two-time CMA Song of the Year nominee with Have You Forgotten by Daryl Worley and Waiting on a Woman by Brad Paisley. He is also a one-time ACM Song of the Year nominee with A Little More Country by Easton Corbin. For tickets, go to Invica Entertainment on Facebook and click on the event section, or go to invica-nwr.eventbrite.com.
Well, welcome back. Halftime action, Governor Mifflin 14, Harrisburg 14. Jerome, I mean, your thoughts on the first half. I mean, we kind of expected this. You and I talked about this, that this is not a real big surprise to us. But
right.
If you're Harrisburg, what can you do when you get the ball back?
Well, I think you can't keep giving Governor Mifflin opportunities. On the 2 touchdown drives that Governor Mifflin had, they came off a big personal foul turnover or personal foul penalties that Harrisburg had. So you can't give Governor Mifflin any kind of opportunities. You have to get the ball. You were talking about Micah Parsons and in his numbers today. He hasn't seen the ball. The offense hasn't seen the ball. So time of possession right now has been dominated by Governor Mifflin. And that's exactly what they want to do. That's what this offense is about, is keeping the ball away from your offense. And that's the best way to beat Harrisburg, if you're going to beat them at all, is keep the ball out of their offense's hands. If they can get the ball and then do stuff with the ball, that's what's going to happen for them, and they'll be able to maybe get back to what they're used to doing. The weather is a mess out there. I just came from being out there, and I'll tell you what, these conditions are horrible. It is bitterly cold, and the rain is just coming down completely.
And do you feel that the ball being a little bit heavy, I feel like Wilkerson's touch has been a little different. It's released out of his hand differently today. He's kind of overthrown a few guys. He's thrown for 96 yards. But Wilkerson's one of those guys, he's a secret weapon. He hasn't really tucked it away and done much running with it today.
He hasn't tucked it away, but he had so many drops. There were a couple that were touchdowns.
Yeah.
So even he's thrown on the money. I mean, we saw the one that was that very high floater in the first half that ended up right off of Gant's hands and in the end zone. It would have been a touchdown. So Harrisburg they're just missing on some certain things, and they haven't had the opportunity. Give Governor Mifflin credit. I mean, they've come in the game and they've taken advantage of what Harrisburg has given them, and they've stuck to their game plan. 14-14, they don't have to change anything. So if you're Governor Mifflin, you keep doing what you're doing. If you're Harrisburg, you have to get them out of this offense and force them in the throne. But the only way you're going to do that is to score points and get up big.
Yeah, that's right. Well, stay tuned. You'll have more coming right up. Second half action, Governor Mifflin 14, Harrisburg 14 on ABC 27.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her two boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
Well, welcome back. We're waiting for second half action. 14-14 in this one. Wet, cold. We are very happy to be, as you can see, the Governor Mifflin staff there. We are happy to be up here in the booth trying to stay dry down there. They've had a lot to be excited about today. I mean, we also talked about one thing. If you're watching this game, Harrisburg and even Governor Mifflin for that, this means that they have not been in a lot of close games. Both teams have beaten and punished their opponents by 40 many times, averaging over 40 a game, both teams. You get in a close game, playoff time, that can really start to play in the psyche portion of you if you're the Harrisburg Cougars or Governor Mifflin. So this close one, this is going to be made here in the second half. Who's a playmaker stepping up, those types of things. But, Drum, it does come back to play when you don't play close games very often.
Well, I think the closest game that Harrisburg would have played would have been similar to this, would have been the State College game. And it was tied up at going into the third quarter, similar to this, and then Harrisburg exploded, and we were able to take control of the game. Governor Mifflin actually lost the game early in the season against Cocalico. But the rest of them, like you said, have been blowouts.
Kickoff. Parson was back to receive the kick. He'll take it. He's still on his feet, trying to run around the 25-yard line. He'll be knocked out of bounds about the 26. And Harrisburg have their first possession here in the second half.
Now, again, Harrisburg will finally get the ball. We'll see what they can do with this ball. Governor Mifflin did a great job on the last drive for Harrisburg, able to stop them on a 3-and-out.
You know, as both you and Andy Mee said in the first half, Parsons really hasn't had touches. He had six touches for 33 yards, and that's been a little bit of difference because Governor Mifflin has controlled the ball very well. 11:52, 1st and 10, first possession of the second half. Wilkerson, shotgun, is going to pitch it to Parsons. Parsons started right. He's going to cut it back left. He loves to do that. Looking for a block. He'll cross the 30-yard line. The 40. Over the 50-yard line. Still on his feet. Parsons, he won't be touched. He's separating. Parsons touchdown. Micah Parsons, that's what he does. Just when you say, what will he do? But there is a flag down way back at the 20-yard line. I did not see. You know, I got myself really excited on that Parson call, and there's a flag down. That's coming back. Man, I'll have to look at it.
And it'll bring it back. What a run.
What a run.
And again, another penalty for the Cougars getting an opportunity here. You see Harrisburg, you know, gets the ball. Parsons gets the pitch, and he does what he does. He turns on the Jets, his speed. And here, you have an opportunity, number 22, to make a play. Michael Franks comes up and just goes after air, and then he gets upfield and keeps on going. So this penalty will back Harrisburg up significantly on the play. So it negates the touchdown.
So that's going to, what we saw there. Hold on for a moment. Got myself excited. Hey, while we have a little pause in this and moving the back, can we give a shout out to that Harrisburg Cougar concession stand? The Cougar concession stand today. I had my pregame. I had some wings. I had fries. Now when the cold comes, what do we eat? a little chicken noodle soup, Jerome.
Absolutely. I'm going to tell you what, that concession stand is one of the best around.
I'm going to rank them nationally. They're in the top three of our picks.
If you come to a Harrisburg game, go to the concession stand.
You know,
get the wings, get the chicken noodle soup. They got chili over there, great for hot or cold day. Go get it.
That's Jameer Plant, and we rank our concession stands very effectively. We've always liked the chicken corn soup down in Stilton. We like the Chick-fil-A over at Cumberland Valley. I mean, we have our share of meals. Now, you do a better job effectively watching your weight than me, but we'll leave it at that. 14-14, 11-15. Folks, I'm trying. You know, I'm soft when it comes to the chicken noodle soup on a cold day, man.
Hey, I'm eating that too. And they don't give you a little bit either. They give you a nice, huge cup of this
It's
stuff.
a manly cup.
It's a manly cup.
2nd and 23. You got the bunch trips to the left side. Plant's going to be the single back. They're going to go up to Shaquan Anderson-Butts, and boy, that was a dangerous throw. I mean, Michael Franks had an opportunity there for a second. I thought, boy, oh boy. I understand the play call there, don't you, Jerome? I mean, you got to get the ball in the hands of playmaker, especially on wet games like this. That ball just flopped out there weird.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, but again, it's that penalty was a brutal play for the Cougars, backing them up significantly to a 3rd and 23. And you don't have many plays designed for 3rd and 23. So, you know, you got to hope for something big. Again, try to at least get field position, and that's what I think they were trying to do on that play, is get the ball into a playmaker and let them do something with it.
3rd and 23 for Harrisburg. Quick pitch, and the ball is dropped. Man, dangerous play. Harrisburg will have to bring in your punter in now, backed up with the 4th down. Plays in the hands of Harrisburg. Now Plant comes off the field a little bit frustrated. He's looking at the sideline kind of with the big question.
And again, everything after that touchdown was taken back. Everything's falling apart. Yeah, this pitch was totally out of his hands. He actually makes a good play to go and secure the ball. And now there's a punt. Governor Mifflin's going to get amazing field position here. So, very good opportunity for Governor Mifflin.
Stubble will be back to, boy, that did the, I mean, tell you what, the Mustangs brought the pressure on that punt. And this is going to be excellent field position for Governor Mifflin.
So after the touchdown got called back, everything went totally wrong for the Cougars, and now Governor Mifflin sits pretty on the 30 or the 28, 29 yard line going in.
Man, 9:59 to play here. Governor Mifflin have great field position, ball on the 29. And look at the pressure that came on at the punter. It took a bounce. He had to pick it up. He has to get it off, and it was almost blocked. You saw Niles Taney's come in. Russo breaks a tackle across the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown. He's in. No, he's going to be knocked out at the 1 yard line. I didn't know if he stretched across the pylon before he went out, but Governor Mifflin will have the ball at the 1 yard line.
Ruas gets to the end zone, almost to the end zone. Good play for him to start out again. They're attacking Harrisburg on the right side. What is going on in that right side of the defense for Harrisburg that they cannot stop Governor Mifflin at all? So again, they continue to pound that right side, and now an opportunity to score.
Wolf, Russo. Wolf's going to keep it again and have his 2nd touchdown. That'll be a Mustang touchdown. And they're going to take the lead. My goodness, the excitement over there on that Governor Mifflin sideline, and every reason to be right now. Cameron Wolf will keep it a 2nd time. That'll be a 2nd touchdown of the game. And that was set up by bad field position and a rough punt. Governor Mifflin will take it on a Russo carry, going plus 20, and Cameron Wolf will take it in from 2. Point after for Myers is down. It's up. And it's good. 21-14, Mifflin on the board.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, YouTube, it's dinner time.
When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
Well, it's that two-play drive, 28 yards, total 11 seconds to score. And just like that, Russo took his first carry, 22 yards on that possession. He scored from 2 out by Wolf, and they've taken the lead. Now you caught this is just really kind of a test of character. It's very rare you see Harrisburg in this situation. How do they react? Now, this team is no way, shape, or form in trouble. A lot of time to play. But it's character testing time, Jerome.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's when you're up against the wall, and if you're as good as Harrisburg has been, you want to see how your kids respond to this adversity right now being down. If you're Governor Mifflin, you're right where you want to be. You just keep playing football. You have the momentum, and you keep plugging along and see if you can even get more opportunities for yourself.
Parson will back to the 1-yard line, picks it up at the 1. And, man, I don't know. They're going to be backed up again here. And again, I don't know. You picked that one up, Jerome?
Well, you had no choice. I mean, it's a kickoff. You have to get it.
Oh, that's well. I'm sorry.
So there is no. He had no choice there. And I think what happened is you're concerned about the onside kick. Twice they went for it. Once they got it, they almost got it the second time. Probably had your whole kick coverage up. So what Governor Mifflin do? They kick it right back, and Parsons the only one back. It goes over his head. He has to corral the ball. So it made sense. He had to get it. If not, it could have been even worse.
Wilkerson, shotgun formation, twins to the right. They'll have the ball on 11. Wilkerson over the top. There's a flag down on the play. And that was Maurice Glenn, his first catch of the day. Boy, I don't know what the penalty is going to go. Did he pick up the flag? They're going to pick up the flag? Yeah, no flag. They'll pick that one up. So it'll be 2nd and 1. 9:34 to play here. Harrisburg looking to try to knock this one back up. 9:29 to play, third quarter. And we're fogging up here in the booth. I mean, the windows are fogging. We just got one of those days today.
Now, if you're Harrisburg, you're not in this isn't panic mode here. You just play your game, and things will be okay. You just have to play. So, again, Wilkerson's able to get the first down. You keep the drive going. Keep your offense on the field and get the touch. You know, you get a touchdown, it's tied up, so you're not in any bad situation. But you can't turn the ball over. You can't put yourself in a worse situation than what you're in, and you have to be able to try to take this momentum from Governor Mifflin. Governor Mifflin, again, they're playing very good football right now, and they're doing everything that they want to do. And right now they have the momentum and keep it going. That's what they want.
Give Parson. Wilkerson picked the first down up on that last play. He's had 8 carries now, Parsons. That's 2nd and 9.
And that was good penetration by number 70, Samuel Mueller, 6'1", 235, comes up from the right defensive tackle position or right defensive end position and comes up and causes that penetration in the backfield.
8:30, 2nd and 9. Harrisburg down 7. Wilkerson back to pass, going to go over the top. Pass is complete to Reese. He's a big target, also a nice basketball player on the Cougars side. I know they're really gearing up for a nice basketball season to come out of Coach Smallwood. 3rd down and 1. They picked up 7 on that play.
And if you're the Cougars, that's exactly what you want. 3rd and 1 with Michael Parsons in the secondary or in the backfield.
They give to Parson. Parson crossing the 30, the 40. Still on his feet. And that's what he does. That's what he does. You just can't count that guy out or down at any point in time. Coming up to make the tackle with Samuel Mueller for Governor Mifflin. Man, oh man, Jerome. I mean, okay, right here you had a chance. Breaks that. Cuts it up. And that's how, well, that's going to be a holding penalty against the Cougars. I did not see again. Trying to, as hard as I can, to keep these windows clear of the
coming
ball.
Back. Yeah, every time Harrisburg gets a good gain, it comes back again with another penalty. So, again, these penalties are really shooting the Cougars in the foot.
They had 7 in the first half. All right, 3rd and 1. Or, I'm sorry, back it up on the penalty. They'll have the ball on the 27-yard line now. Man, you're right. You get a big play, and the penalty comes back to haunt you every time in these possessions. You've got to hold on to the rock. You give the ball back to Governor Mifflin. I mean, they can start putting nails in coffins. I mean, this team has been effectively running the ball today. Wilkerson, with time, going to run left. He's firing it down the field, but ooh, he underthrew a little bit. And I think Franks had an opportunity. The ball was dangerously thrown, Drone. Another flag down on the field. It's going to go against Harrisburg. They had an illegal player downfield.
And another penalty on the Cougars.
That'll be declined, bringing up a 4th down for Harrisburg. And now you got to bring your punter back on in these conditions and give the ball back to Mifflin. This is where you're kind of looking now inside the huddle. If you're Harrisburg, you're looking for your playmakers to step up.
Well, here's the thing, Todd. The playmakers did step up. Penalties that have killed them. We've seen big plays that have been taken away because of penalties, and it's hard to know, and the penalties are coming in very high volumes as well.
That ball was tipped. It's going to cross the 30-yard line. Man, they are struggling from that end too, and that's something they don't have to do very often.
And again, there's a lot good field position for this Governor Mifflin team. This punting situation is not going well. This was actually hit.
It was hit.
A bad punt.
Casey Clare come through and actually got his hand on it for Governor Mifflin, number 5. And that ball rolled, crossed maybe the 30.
And Governor Mifflin's playing with house money. Every time, you force Harrisburg to punt, these punts have been brutal. So you're getting amazing field position. Every time the penalties back you up, then there's a punt. The punt's bad or it gets blocked, and you get the ball back on the 32-yard line.
Well, Mifflin will have it, as you said. The 31 called 1st and 10. Give to Ruas. Ruas still on his feet, and he'll be dragged down. Really got back to the line of scrimmage. And Deontay Payne came up to make the tackle along with Ronald Kitt Jr.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen the look of the Harrisburg Cougars where there's a look of almost, not knowing what to do, right now. I mean, every time that a play is made, the playmakers, they make a play, then all of a sudden these penalties are starting to really mount up, and they're negating touchdowns at this point. Big plays, every time Harrisburg gets a big play, there's another penalty.
Give to Rujas. Rujas trying to bounce outside, staying on his feet. Andre White will come up and knock him out of bounds. He'll cross the 25-yard line. And if you are Governor Mifflin right now, Coach Beck, his team is doing exactly what you want to do. This is where you just sell out to that fundamental aspect of the beer, and you stick with what you do.
Yeah, there's no reason to not. You're up. So it's all about ball control. It's probably 4-down territory for Mifflin, for Governor Mifflin. So right now you just keep doing it. They're hitting that. There they go again, hitting that left side once again, coming at Harrisburg, and that's that left side. It's almost as if every single play is known where it's going, and right now the Cougars have no answer for it right now.
Well, Rujas picked up the 1st down. He fought for extra yardage. He fought for the extra 2 and got it. 1st down, Governor Mifflin. I mean, he battled. He absolutely battled to get to that marker. We got a whistle. Somebody called timeout. We got to straighten something out here. So 1st and 10. Rujas has been an absolute workhorse. 23 carries and 107 yards and a TD today.
Yeah, and that's what he does. I mean, that is his job. His job is to. And I told you, don't be surprised if he carries the ball 35 times today. We're still
did say that.
6 minutes in the 3rd quarter. They're up. There's no reason to do anything else.
Rujas picking up 3, 4 more. Andre White coming up to make the tackle. ball on the 16.
And some of these yards are hard yards. He's fighting for hard yards. And White comes up and makes the play. They're coming right at you. If you're a linebacker, you're a defensive line, you're looking at that front defensive line, they're coming right at you. And you got to make a play, and you got to give hats off to the offensive line of Governor Mifflin. They're firing off the ball, and they're just controlling this game right now.
So it'll be 2nd and 6. .533, third quarter. Rujas right side, going down low. Just shy of maybe moving that chain. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Now they're pounding the other side. They hit left pretty much all game long, and now they're coming right. And what you saw was Harrisburg started to adjust, try to devote more people to that left side, and then all of a sudden Mifflin County comes back and goes, or Governor Mifflin goes right side.
Harrisburg Cougar fans starting to pick up a little bit. Little concern here, right side. Rujas will pick up the first down. It'll be 1st and goal for Governor Mifflin. Man. And see, they do not put themselves in positions to hurt themselves with turnovers. It's control the ball. You know what they're going to do. Very rare do they put it in the air. They haven't had to, Jerome, really.
No, they haven't. And again, right now the offensive line is dominating the Harrisburg defensive line and linebackers. And you see them. They move Micah Parsons to the linebacker position from his defensive end position.
Well, we have a whistle and a flag. Is that going to go against Harrisburg? That's going to Harrisburg because Governor Mifflin. They lined up off sides. Harrisburg lined up off sides. That's why Governor Mifflin Mustangs were celebrating. And that's going to move them a little closer. I don't think Mike was lined up where he needed to be.
Well, he was at the linebacker position.
Was he
so
linebacker?
It wasn't him.
There's a flag again. Now they've got 12 on the field. Yeah, I think they've got 12 because we got somebody on the camera not seen. Yeah, extra man. So that's going against Governor Mifflin. So a little trade-off and penalties right there. We've seen it all here today, Jerome. 4:33 to play. Rujas crossing up to the 1 and giving them an opportunity to go up. Possibly 2 touchdowns on Harrisburg.
I know, and again, that defensive line right now is just, they're just getting pushed around. I mean, they're really getting pushed around in front. If you look at the hole, look at number 60, can't make a play. It's just a wide open hole for this team. That's Huntley, not able to make a play for Harrisburg. And again, you get a look at that defensive line. They're just not able to do anything right now to stop this Governor Mifflin offense.
Now, I think Mifflin jumped off sides, the left side, Harrisburg pointing. Now, on that last offsides play against Harrisburg, I don't know what they did. False start left side, Governor Mifflin. That's going to back them up. Man, this is...
it's just sloppy, man.
It is.
Sloppy game.
It's
And again,
the
the conditions are pretty brutal, but you got to play the game. And again, it's cold out. You see some of the Harrisburg faithful here. Governor Mifflin has faithful here too as well, and they're weathering this stuff. I mean, they really are.
Ball's on the 8-yard line. 2nd and 8. Rujas, not much there. Jai Burney come up to make the initial tackle, got him at the ankles.
And that's what you needed. You need penetration, so there was good penetration by Burney.
Look at this, 29 carries for 156 yards for Rujas. I mean, he has been a workhorse. It's everything that you said he would be doing. You said don't be surprised if he carries it 35 times. And I think Governor Mifflin's going to take a timeout. We'll take one. We'll be right back after these messages. Come join 2-time CMA songwriter nominee Win Varble, who penned Brad Paisley's Waiting on a Woman and Daryl Worley's Have You Forgotten. Also, artists from Sony, Hannah Dasher, and Kendall Marvel, who has written hits for Chris Stapleton, George Strait, Jamie Johnson, and Jake Owens, and many, many, many more on January 20th at the Conference Center at Central Penn. Tickets on sale now at Invica Entertainment. Don't miss this great night as Nashville's best come to town to tell their secrets behind their great songs. Look at the rain on that field right there. I mean, this is just to tell you what it's really like today. I'm sure you can look outside your window if you're not watching this. That is a pool.
And in the summertime, that would be refreshing. Today,
that's right. Not today.
I'm angry. I'm not okay. I mean, today, it's cold, man. It is cold. It's in the 30s.
This is brutal weather. It's 3rd and 7 for Governor Mifflin. Harrisburg looking to find some way to stop him, keeping him out of the end zone here. 3rd and 7. Coming from the backside is Stuber. Stuber on the reverse. Nothing to be found right there. Coming up making a great play is Daniel Henrique. Henrique made a good play. He stayed home. Nobody fooled on that play. And it'll be 4th down.
And again, I have no problem with calling something different, but if it isn't broke, don't fix it. We knew every single time today that when Mifflin County went wide, Harrisburg has defensed it because of their speed and athleticism. So to come back with that, now you put yourself in a situation where you may only get 3 as opposed to 7.
That'll be a 28-yarder for Myers. Snap was bobbled, but it's good. Myers' kick from 28 is good. 24-14, Governor Mifflin on the board. Myers effectively here in the wet conditions. We'll have more coming right up after these messages.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her 2 boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
Well, Myers puts Governor Mifflin up with a 28-yard field goal, 24-14, and actually, really, that's kind of a Warrior battle cry, pat on the back for Harrisburg, keeping them out of the end zone. That was a 9-play drive, 62 yards, chalked up 4 minutes and 47 seconds. So,
and I'm in the booth. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and say I'm a coach, but again, I would not have tried to go wide. I would have kept pounding. I think the idea was, you do a variation. You got Harrisburg focused so much on the veer and the dive play that you may be able to catch them off guard. Right. But their ability to recover speed-wise has been amazing. So this is big. Returning, how is the return game? And again, there's another onside kick.
Onside kick. Well, it's going to give Harrisburg good field position.
So that does 2 things right now. Number 1, it gives you an opportunity to get the ball back. And number 2, it keeps the returners from Harrisburg that can be dangerous out of the game. So either way, you may give up field position, but right now the Harrisburg offense is bogged down.
And you know what? Anytime Harrisburg has to bring on the punting game,
right now it
sets Governor Mifflin up for an opportunity to put one in the end zone. So they have got to get a sustained drive if you're Harrisburg Cougars here.
Or a touchdown of any sort.
They've got to put it on the board here. 1st and 10, the ball will be on the 47-yard line for Harrisburg. Winner plays Manheim Central. Pitch to Parsons. Parsons left side. Finding the block, putting his shoulder down. And now it's just absolute gang tackle. And they still didn't really get him down to the ground. So Parsons, we'll see what he's going to do here. And he's not yet done. 2:05 to play. It's a test right now if you're a Cougar.
Again, and it's the entire Cougar team. I mean, guys have to make sure they're finishing blocks. They have to get some kind of momentum back and get hype again. And right now, they seem to be defeated already, and they got so much game to play.
Wilkerson back. Wilkerson was looking downfield. He's going to stay on his feet. He's going to come back to the right side, looking to make a move, cross the 50, and he fought. I've always loved what he does. I mean, he is so shifty. Cooper Henry coming up to make the tackle for Governor Mifflin.
But he only gained, what,
he gained one
couple
yard.
Yards? He gained a couple. But all that, he didn't get much. And again, you saw Governor Mifflin playing coverage, not coming with pressure, only rushing 3, and making sure that, have Wilkerson, thread the needle somewhere.
Let's call it 3rd and 4. 1:05 to play. Ball on the 47 for the Cougars. faithfuls here with their umbrellas, people that come out and weathered the storm. Will Harrisburg weather the storm has been the question. Time ticking away here in the third quarter, and Wilkerson's going to have to take a timeout. There was something he didn't like, so Harrisburg's going to have a timeout. While we have this break in action, let's take this moment to mention the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. They're the sponsor for today's game, and they want to remind folks that instead of paying rent, they could instead be building equity in a home every month. PHFA offers home loans that are affordable. Plus, they offer down payments and closing cost assistance. Learn more on the website at www.phfa.org. Again, that's www.phfa.org, or search PHFA on the web. They offer home loans that fit your budget. Third quarter action, 53 seconds. Wilkerson didn't like what he saw. We'll have to take a timeout. They'll have a 3rd and 4. Big third down coming up for Harrisburg.
And you look at it, the weather, it's just a torrential downpour this entire game. I mean, this has been just horrible. It's benefited Governor Mifflin significantly because they were able to, their offense is ground and pound. They can probably play in any weather, especially weather like this. Where Harrisburg, the offensive, especially the passing game, has pretty much been non-existent.
Give to Parsons, right side. Parsons running hard, crossing the 40. He'll be tripped up, but Franks. Darius Copeland coming up. Copeland's made a lot of tackles today. They've looked at enough game. Parsons getting up slow something. Boy, that's not what you want to see here. But Parsons down and hold his left knee.
That's definitely not what you want to see.
That's not good. Man. Well, we'll take a break. We'll come back to see how Michael Parsons, who's down. We'll be right back after these messages.
Nashville is coming to PA. Enjoy a Nashville Writers Round and learn the stories behind the lyrics. Featured artists include Kendall Marvel, who wrote the top 5 hit Right Where I Need to Be by Gary Allan. He's also written for George Strait, Jamie Johnson, and Jake Owens, and more than 50 songs with CMA Award winner Chris Stapleton. Hannah Dasher, with her new song Go to Bed Early, appears on Brad Paisley's new Love and War album, where she also sings background vocals. Some other originals include Drinking Out Loud, 1990s Heartbreak, and Let Me In. Win Varbo is a 2-time CMA Song of the Year nominee with Have You Forgotten by Daryl Worley and Waiting on a Woman by Brad Paisley. He is also a 1-time ACM Song of the Year nominee with A Little More Country by Easton Corbin. For tickets, go to Invica Entertainment on Facebook and click on the event section, or go to invica-nwr.eventbrite.com.
Well, we'll take a look at what Parsons had the ball, and he was fighting for extra yardage. Breaks the tackle there. It's wet. We'll see what happened. He was down holding his left knee. And you just see them holding on. He breaks the tackle there and keeps on. And I don't know. It just, man.
No, he's
walking.
That's good.
That's
sign.
a good sign.
But still, it's you don't know what it is.
He went down. And it looked awkward. He went down and he held on to the knee instantly when he went down, and that's a big blow. We hope that young man is okay. So Wilkerson. Checked in the game will be Jameer Plant for Harrisburg. Wilkerson and Plant will have to carry this one on. 39 seconds, third quarter. Wilkerson back, pass with time. Going to have to roll out of that pocket. Across the 50-yard line, and it was tipped by Tyshawn Weaver coming over and making a great play. Now, it looks like Jameer Plant Ronald Gant Jr. wanted a flag down the field. No call there. But yeah, it's actually a defensive hold. So Ronald Gant Jr. was right. That's going to go against Governor Mifflin, giving Harrisburg an opportunity. It's not over.
It's definitely not over. I mean, if you're Harrisburg, it's still the third quarter.
You are
There's still
fighting.
More than enough time.
You got to fight.
Again, I think the key right now is if you can put it on the board, you're in business. You're in business if you can score here. They get a break there offensively. They definitely want to see what's going on with Michael Parsons because he's so valuable to the team in so many different ways. And you see him. He's on the field right now. It seems like they're working on him now.
Wilkerson will go shotgun. He'll twins to the right, twins to the left. Wilkerson. Wrong route, I think the receiver ran. And he was looking over at Maurice Glenn's side, but Glenn's like, wait a minute. Glenn's trying to say you ran the right route. I don't know. Miscommunication, 22 seconds. 2nd and 10 ball on the 31.
Well, I think if you're looking on the sideline, this may be a good sign for the Cougars. It looked like they were looking like they were working out a cramp for Micah.
Well, cramp is
and
what you want to hear.
He's standing up now, and he's stretching. So usually if that's the case, you're not stretching if you have a serious knee injury or an ankle injury. So they may be thinking that's what they're looking at here.
Plant staying on his feet. Plant's going to have to be the workhorse on this possession. Picking up some effective yards, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
Parsons has 70 carries and a TD today.
And it looks like it's
hamstring, maybe?
It looks like probably.
I mean, I'm sorry, a calf cramp.
Calf cramp. He's looking pretty good there, and he's looking like he's trying to get himself ready to go in. So that's a big thing for Harrisburg. You got to get liquid in him, and going into the fourth quarter. I think for those Harrisburg faithful and those college scouts that are looking at him, they may be getting a sign of relief here. This has been everything build up. 24-14, Governor Mifflin. You see how hyped they are.
Hey guys, just in time.
When Julie wanted to provide some stability for her 2 boys, she reached out to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for her home loan. We're proud we could help Julie and her family. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help homeownership dreams come true.
Welcome back to Governor Mifflin. I'm just, you know, up here in the booth sometimes, Jerome Presley, folks, if you have to be with this guy, he works me over a little bit once in a while. I've had my share of mess ups today, and I'm just going to say I've become soft with rain and cold. I can't spit things out today, but you know what? We're calling a game here. 70 total yards by Parsons. Parsons back in the game, so that's good to see if you're a Harrisburg fan. Fourth quarter action, 3rd and 6, ball on the 27. Wilkerson, pressure, come up the middle, and they got him. Niles Tanis comes up and makes a big play and puts Wilkerson down. So it'll be 4th down, and big 4th down.
Yeah, Tanis just explodes through the defense for Governor Mifflin.
Unblocked.
Again, this is the first time you probably saw some pressure coming. They blitzed, and again, the Cougars' offensive line could not pick it up. Everybody's kind of looking around at where it is. And you saw a lot of that today. The Cougars looking at each other to find out who's doing what. So it brings up now 4th and 15. So that was a big play.
4th and long. And a big pickup. Wilkerson, shotgun. Time, looking downfield, throwing in rhythm. The ball's going to be picked off. It's Cameron Whoop, the quarterback, crossing the 50, looking for a block. 40. Down to 35-yard line, setting up Governor Mifflin here in the 4th quarter.
And that was huge. That was a huge play. And again, the receiver was open. So again, these conditions are brutal for throwing the ball, and it's taken away a significant ability for Harrisburg to play their offense. Now, you talked about at the beginning of the game, what could Governor Mifflin do to play against this Harrisburg offense? And I said, take something away. With help from the weather, they have an opportunity to take something away, and they're taking away the air attack for Harrisburg. They're not able to throw the ball. So if they're not able to throw the ball, that's a big chunk of their offense. This is a big play offense in the air as well as on the ground, and now that big play offense in the air is non-existent, and we have a big turnover.
10-point lead with the ball. Rujas, workhorse, 30 carries today.
And he's rested. He's hype, and he's ready to go. And you see him. He comes in. He has a new spark. He was on the bench for a while, able to rest a little bit, and now he's coming out. He sees the writing on the wall. They're up 24-14, and an opportunity to put this away.
It'll be 2nd and 7. Ball 32-yard line for Governor Mifflin. Cougars looking for the step up. Rujas, left side. He'll initially be hit by Jai Burney, taken down by Andre White and Deontay Payne coming up to make the tackle.
And again, every time Ruas gets the ball, he goes forward. He is not going backward at all, which is very big for Governor Mifflin. They're able to keep going forward. So it's a big 3rd and 3. They keep this going and have an opportunity to get the first down and keep milking this clock.
Well, it's 3rd and 3, 9:54 to play. So it'll be 3rd and 3. Give to Ruas right side, not much there. There's a lot of pushing and shoving after the actual play. Before than after the whistle. And Cooper Henry just shoved Deontay Payne in the backside. Now, earlier in the first half, that might have been a penalty.
Right. Well, I tell you what, Ty, we want to welcome anyone that's at home watching the game, whether you're in Pennsylvania or Ohio or wherever you're watching the game. We welcome you to this rain-soaked event. District 6A or 5A quarterfinal game between Harrisburg and Governor Mifflin. It's been everything it's billed to be, and the weather has been at play in this game.
Wolf, 4th and 1. Wolf's going to hold it himself. He'll move the chains going right side. First down, Governor Mifflin.
And that was just a smart play by Wolf. He gets the ball and just goes right where Harrisburg Cougar defenders were not. So again, this is what they do. Ball control. They can milk this down significantly without even worrying about scoring. As long as they have the ball, Harrisburg doesn't.
Well, I mean, there's one thing you got to do, and that's stopping this run. And they have had a tough time today with this Governor Mifflin running game in this beer. Wolf taking his time. Ruas, excuse me. Andre White coming up to make the backside tackle. He'll pick up 1, maybe 2. Ball will be spotted on the 22-yard line. He'll pick up 1, actually. 8:22 to play. Governor Mifflin in no absolute hurry at all.
No hurry at all. They're coming right at Harrisburg. Harrisburg, I wouldn't say they're in desperate situation. If they stop them here, they're in good situation. But right now they haven't shown that they can do that.
So 2nd and 9, under 8. Wolf going back to pass. Wolf looks down the middle, and the ball be incomplete. I mean, man, I'm surprised they put it up in the air at all. Right now, again on the coverage. And Donnell Hickerson.
There's a flag on the play, and it stops the clock. So we'll see what this is.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was holding.
That's a chop block. And again, for those that don't know, a chop block, you cannot do a high-low on a defensive player coming in. You can't do a high-low. And if a player is engaged, someone else can't come in and low block that player. That's a safety rule there. So again, Harrisburg will have an opportunity, and I didn't see where the block is exactly. It looked like it was on the right side of Harrisburg's offense. If you see it over here, let's see. Okay. I did see number 73 for Mifflin County was involved in the block.
Yeah, that was Benjamin Gates.
Yes, Governor Mifflin. I apologize there. Governor Mifflin.
Ruas left side. Again. White, Jai, Burney. A lot of went on the attack with Deontay Payne. Governor Mifflin 215 total yards today to Harrisburg's 199.
And where will we ever think we see that? Where Harrisburg has 199. And again, if you take away some of those big plays that Harrisburg had that were called back, it would be different. You know what I mean? But those plays, they were a part of it. Those were penalties, and they were called. And you got to see if you can weather the storm. If you're Harrisburg, and there's again another penalty.
Just when you think,
oh wow,
that went against Jai Burney. Jai Burney's trying to state his case, but so you just give it right back to him. So it was 15 against Mifflin, 15 against Harrisburg. So now it's 3rd and 10. Man. So the ball be on the 22. 7:08 to play. Shotgun for Wolf. And there's not so much laundry on this field today. It's hard to keep track of today, Jerome.
Is it that the game is called such a tight game, or is it that the kids are really just losing so much concentration here?
It's concentration. That's the first. That's a false start, Governor Mifflin. You got to. I mean, I know Calvin Everett and the staff. Everybody on this Harrisburg staff is saying right now this is step-up time. You can see it, 3rd and 15 for Governor Mifflin. Governor Mifflin really no need to really get crazy here with its 10-point lead. Shotgun formation for Wolf. Will they actually put the ball up in the air here?
Yeah, I think
they're going to.
Wolf, good protection.
Throws. He has protection. And he'll be knocked out of bounds, and that's going to go. I tell you what, that's going to go against Ronald Gint. That penalty. He went helmet to helmet. He targeted, and that's going to go against Ronald Kent Jr. He hit the receiver, Michael Franks, right in the helmet to helmet. Man, it's been really a tale of self-destruction.
And these aren't like little knick-knack. These are serious big 15 yarders, and you see it. Yeah, that's crown of the helmet. There's no argument there. I mean, there was a crown. They're going to call that nowadays. 10 years ago, that wouldn't have been a penalty. Nowadays, it's a penalty.
Look at it.
Crown of the helmet.
21 total penalties in today's game.
That's a lot. I mean, and look at the numbers: 65 for Governor Mifflin and 110 yards for Harrisburg.
11 penalties for 110 on Harrisburg. That's a lot. That's the difference.
That's a lot of penalties. Well, both. I mean, look at it: 10 penalties to 11. It's pretty much down the.
But I mean, yeah, both
pipe.
are being called. Left side, Rufos.
Yes.
You give him the
score
ball.
Ends this game. I mean, if right now this is big. If Governor Mifflin gets in the end zone, this game is pretty much ended, and Harrisburg run will be ended.
It's even hard to even think about. Governor Mifflin is coming to this game effectively sticking to their game plan, even amidst their penalty problem, and have a 10-point lead with 6:25 in the ball on the 4-yard line.
Yep, and again, which team adjusts to the weather? And as you can see, Governor Mifflin was the team to do it. This weather has been, I've said it before, it's been a brutal day to play high school football. I mean, it is so cold, it is wet, it's damp, it's nasty out. And again, ball control, Governor Mifflin have not turned the ball over. They've played a very effective game, and now they're having an opportunity to put this away and sow their spot in the district championship game.
Wolf just shy, marked down at the 1. Under 6 now. So 3rd and goal, Governor Mifflin. You know, one thing I like about Cameron Wolf is he's an effective quarterback, does all the little things he needs to do. You can tell he's a leader in that huddle. 3rd and goal. Oh, there's a fumble. And I'm telling you, I think Harrisburg has it. That come completely out. It never got back to Cameron Wolf at all, Jerome.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know.
There's still no signal. Still no signal. We've got a pile here. And Harrisburg got the ball back.
Wow.
Harrisburg got the ball back. You talk about believing in some miracles here on Market Street. Harrisburg comes up, Micah Parson comes up with the fumble recovery, and Harrisburg's going to get the ball back amidst the 11 penalties, amidst the personal foul calls. They have the ball back down 20-14, ball on the 1-yard line. They are backed up. We'll see what they can do from here with 5:28 to play. Look here at the exchange. Wolf under center. He never got it. And then when he went to reach forward, he knocked it forward, almost into Micah Parsons' lap. And then there was a huge struggle for the ball.
And this is big.
Wow.
Now what do you do with it if you're Harrisburg? You have to get chunks of yards quickly. I mean, it has to be quickly. His first turnover, an opportunity for Governor Mifflin to sew this game up, and there's a penalty right on the 1-yard line.
Wilkerson. Oh, Wilkerson fumbles it. And it's going to be a safety. He couldn't get a hold of it. And Governor Mifflin comes up with the play when they need it. From the snap, from the get-go, he didn't get a chance to get his hands on it. And my, 2 more points for Governor Mifflin, and they'll get the ball back.
And again, just squirted right out of the hands. And when it rains, it pours. You get something good happen. He fades back to pass the ball. The ball is slick.
Man.
And what do you do? I mean, it's you know, you're trying to make a play.
So many things have gone right since that first touchdown that Governor Mifflin scored, and then the onside kick to get the ball back. Wow.
And they've come back. They came back being down 14-0. And again, remember, if you look at Harrisburg, they've scored 2 touchdowns. One was on a return.
Right.
And the other was the offensive play by Micah Parsons. Other than that, the offense has not been in sync at all in this game. And now 5:23 left. Governor Mifflin up 26-14 right now. So it's, you know, it's I wouldn't say that was a nail in the coffin, but you're getting close.
12-point lead for Governor Mifflin. And now they'll get the ball back with 5:23 to play. Harrisburg has struggled with the kicking game as well today. I mean, everything that could possibly go wrong today for Harrisburg did, and it started with weather. You see a lot of depressed young men and frustrated young men on the sidelines of Harrisburg. Jeff Chisholm equally upset. Amy with the chance to, he's going to kick it off to Governor Mifflin. Franks will pick it up and just drop down at the 45-yard line. Governor Mifflin will have the ball. And Jerome, you know, it's that time.
It's the hit parade, and I tell you what, this has been a lovely game of hit parade. You see guys getting nailed. Anderson Butts gets involved. You see number 4, Bernie gets involved. He gets up and tells you what it's like. You know, Bernie, that was just a beautiful hit earlier in the game. And again, you seeing guys come up. Big number 32, that's White, you know, doing his thing. Anderson Butts again. You know, right now you're seeing a lot of hits from one side, but then on the other side, Governor Mifflin coming up, and they got to gang tackle some people. You know, get a bunch of hats around the ball and come up and lay some wood. Ooh, big hit there by number 5. And again, you just saw this was a very physical game. You see Micah Parsons trying to deliver some on offense as well, and then you get the big sack by number 46. Tanis comes up and makes a play.
Barujas left side. I mean, 2nd and 8. And time is not on Harrisburg's side now.
No.
Nor is the scoreboard.
Again, you know, that right now, Governor Mifflin is going to milk the clock. Their offense, that's what they did. You got to give them a lot of credit for coming in, going against nationally ranked Harrisburg, and this is why you play the game.
Yeah.
You know, you think about it, everybody kept saying they didn't have a chance. Everybody kept saying they couldn't come into Harrisburg and defeat them. Harrisburg has pretty much blown everybody out. The conditions, I think, were horrible for both teams. They handled it better, and they come in and they played a really, really good, sound football game, coming back down 14-0.
Well, I tell you that kid right there, Cameron Wolf, as well as Brujas, I give an all-iron award to the whole offensive line of Governor Mifflin.
Yeah.
I mean, today they did an effective job. They kept shirts on the Harrisburg Cougars jerseys. 3rd and 3, 4:09 to play.
Espinosa and Mueller, I mean, on that left side, those guys have they've done such a good job coming off the ball and just sealing those blocks on the left side of that Governor Mifflin offensive line.
Bliss going to keep it. He's going to move the chains. Going to be 1st down and more. He's still on his feet, crossing the 25, and the ball pops out.
They're saying it's
down. And Harrisburg got the ball.
No, they're saying it's down.
Is it down?
They're saying it's down.
Okay. I wasn't sure there.
And it's hard to see what, you know, if we get a replay, we can see if,
Here we go again.
If Wolf was down. You see guys are going for the ball as opposed to tackling at this point. So he knee down.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you got to look at the knee. You know, if the knee was down, and it looked like it may have been a 1-2 thing, but we'll see.
Taking a look at it here.
Knee down now.
His knee was down.
He was down. Yeah,
he was down.
That was a good call by the officials. Knee was down.
Ruas. Well, he's over 30 carries today, just like he anticipated.
Yeah, and he's built for that. I mean, he's worked out for that in the offseason. I mean, when you have a fullback that's going to carry the load like that, he has to be prepared. And he has to be physically prepared to take the punishment, deliver the punishment. He's a good-sized kid, you know, playing at this level.
So it'll be 2nd and 8. .250 to play. Rujas, right side.
And he just continues to pound away.
That's exactly what he's doing.
At fullback, and he looks pretty healthy right now. I mean, he's getting up a little gingerly. He's carried the ball 30 times against this Harrisburg defense, and not many teams have been able to stick to this against Harrisburg because of Harrisburg's ability to score. But you take away the air attack. Harrisburg has had no air attack at all in this game, none, and that, I think, is a big part of making Harrisburg a little bit more one-dimensional. And Governor Mifflin doing what they do. When you look at the weather, it doesn't affect what they do. They run north-south, and they run at you, and they're going to do that in the sun and 80-degree weather, or they're going to do it in 30-degree weather in a torrential downpour. They're going to do the same thing. Right. So it didn't really take away what they wanted to do. So their game plan, it favored with the weather being like this. So again, it's not an excuse. You got to adjust, and that's what it's about.
Well, 3rd and 5, 2:42. Governor Mifflin with the ball. They're on the 17 give. Rujas, left side. Just holding on for dear life. He'll be drugged down by a whole bunch of Harrisburg Cougars on that side. So it'll be 4th down. Harrisburg's going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back with more on ABC 27 after these messages. Come join 2-time CMA songwriter nominee Win Varble, who penned Brad Paisley's Waiting on a Woman and Darryl Worley's Have You Forgotten. Also, artists from Sony, Hannah Dasher, and Kendall Marvel, who has written hits for Chris Stapleton, George Strait, Jamie Johnson, and Jake Owens, and many, many, many more on January 20th at the Conference Center at Central Penn. Tickets on sale now at Invica Entertainment. Don't miss this great night as Nashville's best come to town to tell their secrets behind their great songs. I mean, I've gone inside numbers and looked at things, but I think Andy Meese and Travis Starks, who's also helped us with some stats. We think Travis for the season help on this. The 40 carries now Travis has for 176 and a TD for Isaac Rujas. I mean, that's a workhorse day. When's the last time you and I have called a game where guys carry the ball 40 times? I mean, we've covered a lot of games together. I cannot remember
see that a lot
time.
Nowadays. You don't see it a lot nowadays because of the wide open attacks that you see offensively, and you know, this is one of those throwback offenses that you're seeing from Governor Mifflin.
The second effort got the first down. I thought it was stopped.
Second effort got it, and that's when, you know, when you're up and you got the momentum and you're hungry to get this win, and you're avenging last year's loss to Harrisburg. You have an opportunity to get it. Hey, he fought for it and got it.
Yeah, on one hand, you talk about Rujas, who's just had just a workhorse Ironman type day, but you cannot count out a guy like Cameron Wolf today, who's made things happen with his legs as well. He had 200 rushing yards last week.
Yeah, when you have a fullback situation like you have, it opens up the door for you when you're able to stay committed to your offense. You're able to continue to do what you do. You can get other guys involved. And again, you see the rain has not let up all game. It's been like that all game.
Wolf under center. Wolf just kind of bouncing around right side, wouldn't get any. Morrell got him, and backside to be second, 9 ball on the 10 for Governor Mifflin.
And again, that offensive line has done an amazing job. You see Everett and Coach Everett and his staff looking on. They're seeing the time run down. and my most likely rundown on the season. I mean, Harrisburg's had an amazing run this year. Unfortunately, you know, if it sticks to this, it'll be over after the day. You know, they definitely look at this game and they see an opportunity lost against a very well-prepared Governor Mifflin team.
Right side Wolf. He just kind of waits for things to develop. Just trying to hold on to the ball. Going to be under 1:05 here. Man, it was a huge swing. It was 14-0. Micah Parsons, 28 yards away, puts Harrisburg on the board first early on. Then a return by Ronald Gant Jr., who really went down the sideline untouched. Harrisburg goes up 14-0. Good field position on a bad kick for Governor Mifflin, sets up, and a penalty. Sets up an opportunity for Governor Mifflin in their first half score. They put the board, they're down 14-7. Onside kick on the ensuing kickoff, put them back in a position. They go up, they tie it at 14, and then come out in the second half, get the ball back, score right away on their first possession. And they haven't let up from that point.
And remember the big penalties that Harrisburg has had. I mean, they've had several 15-yarders that negated touchdowns, negated big gains, you know, negated opportunities for the offense to get going. And that's what you saw. You never really saw Harrisburg offense get any continuity at any point. They weren't able to get going. They couldn't get the air attack going, which also complements the running game, vice versa. And now you see the victory formation for Governor Mifflin. It looks like they are going on to meet Manheim Central in the championship game, and that will end Harrisburg's amazing season against an amazing group. And you have to give credit to this Governor Mifflin team, the coaching staff coming in, and you see Governor Mifflin players going up to Michael Parsons. They know they played against one of the greatest players that we may have seen in the Harrisburg area for years. So everybody is giving him his due. He is special, and he's going to be special anywhere he goes if he's willing to put in the work. This is a kid that has a bright future at many levels beyond this, but this will hurt. This will hurt the Cougars and the fan faithful that have stuck it out. This year was a special year.
Well, that magical run that Harrisburg has done in the last couple of years, and the 7 years that Calvin Everett has been here, has been a very special thing for the Harrisburg area, the capital area. And to see some great people's careers come to an end today, Micah Parsons being one of them, as you said, one of the best players we've ever seen in the capital area. Shaquan Anderson-Butts, another young man. We've got playmakers all over on that field at a Harrisburg team, but they go down to a great team today. And if you're Mick Vecchio, you probably are looking at this one as you've been 26 seasons at Governor Mifflin. This has to rank as one of your greatest victories. Coming away with this one at Severance Field in this rain against a nationally ranked Harrisburg team and doing it effectively probably ranks up there with probably the best wins he ever had.
It probably was, and again, you know, when you have a win of this magnitude, it validates your club. It validates what you've done as a coaching staff. Right. And that 11-1 season wasn't an accident for you. You know, you're up there as one of the best 5A teams in the state, and an opportunity next week to gear up and try to get your first district title. So, you know, if you're Harrisburg, you got a lot of high-powered seniors that will their careers at Harrisburg will be over. You know, having an opportunity to call several games at Harrisburg has been amazing to watch this team, to watch Parsons and Butts and Gant and Plant and some of these other kids on this team that have had an amazing year, Chisholm and you know, White. I mean, these kids were a very, very good team, and they went up against a very good Governor Mifflin team. And again, you see the Cougars. This is going to hurt many of the Cougars fans, and again, but take away from the fact that this was a good year. They were hoping to get back to the state championship game again and get that revenge, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way, and that's why you have to play the game. You have to come out and play.
Well, Governor Mifflin comes away on the road at Severance Field. They're going to move on to that championship. And just take a look at our highlights today, and we had plenty of them. It started with the first touchdown today. Wilkerson dumps off 26 yards away. It appeared that Micah Parsons might go down, but he didn't. Stayed on his feet, bounced out to the right side, 26 yards away. He scored the touchdown to go up 7-0. Then we come back, Ronald Gant Jr. One more look at this play here. This is Parsons squaring his shoulders, and he went 26 yards away, and he did that so much this year. Really, really, really effective running back. Wilkerson tried many times that ball would have been a touchdown dropped.
They needed that. That would have been a possible game changer there.
And Ronald Kent Jr. went sideline untouched. And I mean, on behalf of everybody today, Harrisburg goes down 26-14. On behalf of Chad Edwards and the whole Invica crew, the ABC staff, Jerome Presley, I'm Todd McCall, Travis Starks, our stat guy. We thank everybody, and this has been a great season. Governor Mifflin moves on to Manheim Central next week. Thank you for tuning in.